Good morning.
Morning.
How's it sound, okay?
Yeah, it sounds good from here.
Okay, great. I hate this because I can't get it set on my ears and it's right in front of my mouth and I'm afraid my little fucking microphone condom's going to fall off. But I'm okay.
You did lose your microphone condom a couple times yesterday.
How true to life is it? It's so funny, but at least I tried to put the microphone condom on to begin with. That's the difference.
You're saying your instinct is just to rebel?
Oh, absolutely. So the hell with it. It won't happen to me. So, yeah, I enjoyed Jess yesterday. I hadn't talked to her in a little while. It worked okay. And we have Ian Fidance today, or is it Fidance? I can never say his last name properly.
Fidance.
Fidance, yeah. I always put an N in there. Doesn't it sound like there should be an N in there?
It does. The first time he was on, I had to do a couple walkthroughs before, as I was pronouncing his name, figuring out exactly what the spelling is and everything. Yeah, but it's Ian Fidance. He'll be in a little bit later today. Of course, Jim Norton is in Montreal already doing press and whatnot, but really being a part of the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival, where the rest of us are headed right after the show today. I got lost today. My fucking cabbie coming here, because I'm not staying here. I'm staying, probably about a half mile from here. Ooh.
He picked me up and I told him he had the DoubleTree between Rennie Levesque and St. Catherine. And he turns around and he starts coming back the right way. And then he starts to make a right off of Rennie Levesque, which is the wrong way.
I just like that you know the street names and everything. You're such a local. You've been
so
there.
Cultured.
Yeah, you've been there for a few days, and it's like you've acclimated.
I didn't even say it like Rennie Levesque. I said Rennie Levesque. and I said here, Montreal. No, I didn't say, but he starts making a right off it. And I'm like, no, you got to make a left. And he goes, no, the DoubleTree. And he was like, he was Haitian or African. He spoke with a very heavy French accent.
It's probably Haitian.
There's a lot of Haitians up there.
Yeah, because it's a French spot,
like
right?
A Haitian accent, yes.
Yeah.
And it sounded like it didn't sound like it sounded like a Haitian accent on it. So I couldn't even get mad though because he was like, no, and I just knew he still thought this was the Hyatt. So I went, no, all right, the Hyatt, go to the Hyatt, and he winds up taking me the wrong way. So we tried to go up to St. Catherine. All the roads. It was probably 10 minutes out of the way, going into a giant square to go back to where we were. And I wanted to murder this fuck. But then I realized I'm the foreigner. Like, I'm the problem because I don't speak French. Everyone else up here speaks French. I was wrong. So he finally got me where I had to go, but it was my fault. But now I'm like, this is why people use Uber. This is why people don't like taxis, because they don't use the fucking maps. It's just a guy riding around in a dirty car. That's why everyone hates taxis.
But you know why you're not the problem? What country are you from?
US of A, pal.
Exactly. So really, and honestly, you could say, well, it's my fault because I'm in Montreal and I don't speak French. But let's look at Canada as a whole. It's nobody speaking French except in Montreal.
No, I know, but that guy had a reason. He had it was reasonable for him to expect me to speak French in Montreal.
I guess so, but it's also, it's the comedy festival. There's a lot of out-of-towners coming in, I would imagine.
Yeah, I know, but he was very. He spoke English, but just not when I told him between Rennie Levesque and St. Catherine, he goes, they run parallel. And I wanted to grab him and scream, that's what between means.
but then again, the problem probably is you, because it's not like your morning travel woes are isolated to Montreal. This is an ongoing theme regardless of where you're doing the show from.
Yeah, no, I know. They just don't seem to. If you don't have a map in your car, if you're not using some kind of a Waze or something, you're an asshole.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, people think that they're so familiar with the city. No. I know all the best ways. No, you don't, because there's an app that tells you what the traffic is right now. There's no way that you know what the traffic is right now.
Yeah, and but he didn't know where it was. We just kept going in a fucking a circle because all these roads are closed for the festival. But it's like, hey, dumbbell, I could have told you that. St. Catherine is closed for traffic because there's going to be people walking with stupid fucking bags with that smiling green shit monster on it, whatever that thing is.
Yeah, you mean the JFL mascot? Yeah, I know. I mean, it's especially when the festival is going on, it's a weird city in terms of navigating. Last year, or maybe 2 years ago at this point, Troy and I got stuck in a cab for, like an hour and a half trying to get around that city because so many of the roads have been cut off.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating. I certainly don't know my way around. It's just been a couple of days, but I've been here enough over the years where you kind of get a feel for the city.
Our cab driver didn't know where he was going either.
Sure, he did. He just knew that you didn't.
Well, here's the beauty of it, that he was trying to be polite. You know, I was just going along for the ride. Troy was responsible for the trip. So the guy kept saying, like, oh, I'm sorry. He kept making wrong turns. The roads kept being shut. They would be one way. And the meter would just go up. He's like, I'm really sorry. I'm going to turn off the meter, okay, guys? And I started insisting that he leave the meter on. No. Please, sir, leave the meter on. This isn't your fault. And he did. He was nice enough to respond positively to my request, and he did leave the meter on.
Sure did. No, but you probably didn't realize that Troy would have to pay more.
Oh, wow. I mean, 2 years later, I'm just figuring that out now. I apologize,
And
Troy.
then I did, and then when the tip came, you're like, don't be stingy.
Yeah,
in front of the guy.
I love doing that to Jonathan, too. Whenever we get, I'm like, make sure you tip him. He doesn't believe in tipping. Then he has to over-tip, and it's irritating.
Right. Yeah, and then Troy's, because it's a percent-based thing, obviously, so Troy can't just give him the standard tip. He's got a tip on the already inflated, I mean, hugely inflated price of the ride. And we were just going to pick something up, so it was there and back.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It was a really, really expensive night for Troy, and I thought that was funny.
So now you're driving up today. You have obviously hot dog in your car, and you have Troy.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, just those guys. Now, I know Travis is not coming. Did I hear you say you rented a car?
Yeah, I rented a car.
Is it just so you don't put the miles on yours?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I did last year. That's just the easiest way to do it. You rent the car, you throw the receipt to Sirius at the end of the day, and everything's kind of taken care of. You don't have to figure out the mileage. You don't have to figure out the tolls. You don't have to figure out all that stuff.
Oh, you know what? That's a pretty good idea. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
And then, because I didn't fly either. I drove up, too. I just felt like taking the drive. It's not a bad drive at all.
And I put enough miles on my car. You know, I drive a lot, so, you know, why?
But did you buy it or did you lease it?
My car that I have now?
Yeah.
I just got a new one that I'm leasing.
Oh, okay. But you don't want to add the miles.
No, yeah. I don't want to add the miles to it.
All right.
So
well, that's good.
But I'll tell
Especially
you,
when the company's paying for it.
I mean, it's on the company. You know, it's
Yeah,
on
so
McClure at the
stupid.
end of the day.
Yeah, why put miles on your car?
No. Get it out of McClure's pocketbook. That's my strategy in life.
Well, do they pay for mileage on the car if you drive up your own vehicle?
I'm sure most companies have a thing where there's a
$10 a mile?
I think it might be less.
Oh, is it less?
I
Okay.
think it might be slightly less than $10 a mile. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, there's usually a mileage rate but I just rent the car.
Okay.
Although I was watching a video last night based on the in-flight entertainment that is becoming available. The human being in-flight entertainment. I almost wish I was flying. Did you
So
see
do I.
the video of the couple that ended up getting into a fight on an airplane? And when I say the couple,
I want them to cuck me. I love that couple.
I do feel like it was mainly the woman who lost her cool a little bit on this flight, but it seemed like the man had driven her to the point of insanity.
I don't know what happened or what he said to her, but man, was she loud and dropping the N-bomb. I'm like, was she a white lady or was she? I couldn't tell.
She appeared to be Caucasian.
Yeah.
Did she?
Yeah.
She looked
What did you think, Troy?
Was she mixed? I couldn't tell. I mean,
ethnic of some sort.
I
Okay,
thought she was Caucasian and maybe just came from the community, but I don't know. All I could base on is the video. I didn't see any articles about this. I didn't see anything. Although I found the original Twitter account that it came from, and the woman who posted it, who I believe was filming it, said that the lady who got thrown off the plane did get arrested for assault.
Of course she did. Yeah, she was a real. Obviously she was a sexually attractive woman, but she was a little loud for my taste.
She was a little loud. We could listen to the audio if you'd like.
I would love to.
Going on. I don't know where this flight was going to, but it was in the coach cabin. It was before they'd even taken off. I'm always perplexed by that I guess because it's such a hassle getting to the airport, getting to your gate, especially if you don't travel often. You know, if you travel a lot, like you do, Jim, I'm assuming you have everything kind of down to a science and a system.
Yeah.
But if you don't travel much, then it gets really frustrating really quickly.
Well, could you imagine sitting there? I mean, not that he was a bargain either. When you're sitting there, just to have this fucking moose screaming at you, cursing at you, loud. Like, I fucking hate loud people in public.
Yeah.
I hate them.
It's so
Such
embarrassing.
a shit quality. It's embarrassing. It's rude. It's invasive. Like, you know what would have been great in the middle of this whole diatribe if you just heard a gunshot and then silence. God, she sucked. Like, how did he not know before this day that she was a piece of shit?
Well, apparently he had eyes for another woman. He was looking at another woman, and I could see where she'd be this upset. For if he's going to look at other women, I mean, come on, the gall, the audacity.
Can we play some of this? I enjoyed this pig a lot.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, you better believe it. I wear the fucking nuts, nigga, in front of public. You want to fucking try to look at other women, nigga? Now fuck you.
Okay.
You ain't gonna look at other women, and you ain't gonna tell me you looking at other women.
We have a little child right behind you.
Yeah, I know. I fucking consoled the fucking child.
Oh, could you hit pause?
Fucking control the fucking child.
That's her T-shirt. You know how Bagel Guy has his you're not my boss, you're not my father, you're not God, whatever his catchphrase
Yeah.
is? Yeah, I consoled a little fucking child.
I fucking consoled the fucking child. Comforting woman.
Did she say I wear the nuts?
Yeah, I believe she did.
She might have said I wear the nuts. And I think I'm counting either 2 or 3 N-bombs so far.
There's a lot of them, yeah.
Yeah. Now,
There's
I
a black
do...
guy right in front of her who didn't seem to turn around. I guess he didn't want to turn around and go, pardon me, madam, your language, you know.
No, he doesn't want to get involved in the whole scenario. He knows
No.
that this is not going in a positive direction.
No, and she's the type that would gore you. That's what happened. She's basically running through. I saw footage the other night of a fucking college student who was just standing on campus, and a bull ran around the corner and gored him. I don't know how a bull got out or where it was from, but he was just standing there by his bicycle. That's what this is like.
Right.
This is the type of thing where you speak up, and then this fucking rotten bull and puts a horn right in your stomach.
So it's like being on an airplane and all of a sudden a rhinoceros attacks you.
A rhino is even better than a bull. Yes, a grouchy rhino.
Who's
A
using
grouchy rhino?
Who's using racial slurs?
I couldn't. I just even the fox. And she's blaring this fucking guy's business out. It's just awful.
And can we take a moment to appreciate modern technology and how all the woman did that's recording this is point her phone in the direction of what was going on, and we end up with crystal clear audio of this interaction.
Incredible. It's really and you know, I don't always like to see a person's mistake made into this giant thing that ruins their life. When you're being this loud on a plane for this long, you kind of deserve it.
What about when it's in a bagel shop?
Well, you know, I don't fault him as much. He was defending himself for a lifetime of bullying.
He also didn't drop a ton of N-bombs and curse at little kids. Yeah,
No, not at all. He was yelling at adults.
he was. That's different.
I already know. Look, I'm not gonna say nothing if you don't say nothing to try to cause a commotion, because he's a fucking problem. You wanna fucking try to fucking say shit to me, nigga?
Okay.
Shut the fuck up. Nigga, fuck you. You wanna fucking watch when we get home, nigga?
Just take her off the plane.
Yeah. Fuck you. I'm not bringing my bag to why? If I let him in my bag, I'm not ever gonna see you again. I swear to God, don't you ever come to my house, nigga. I'll call the police on you.
6.
Fuck you. Oh, really?
You're going out of control.
Nigga, I'm gonna visit right now. You shut the fuck up.
Okay, pause for a sec. You hear him saying you're going out of control. You're going
This is
out
her
of
going out of control. She's obviously one of these bipolar or some fucking lack of control over her own behavior. And obviously she's had this before. This is obviously one of those things where he's like, this is a point where he's still hoping he can shut her up.
Do you think this guy has been in this scenario in the past?
In restaurants, in fucking movie theaters. I want to check my text, but you know, she's just a fucking obnoxious. She's a fucking an obnoxious. What is she? She's a giant seal. She's an obnoxious giant seal.
That you just want a club.
Yeah, I want to watch her go off a cliff in a Netflix documentary.
You think she's complained about the fact that as an adult she should be allowed to check her text messages wherever she sees fit?
Absolutely. You're in the middle of a fucking movie, and all of a sudden you see this fucking the bright screen, and she says something. Oh no, Pookie isn't. You know, she says some obnoxious nonsense in response to it.
It's even worse because she's got the alert turned on where the camera flashes whenever she gets the text. So it lights up the entire theater every single time.
Yeah, she's just an aggressive, obnoxious. She's obviously a bipolar person. There's something wrong. Unless she's just fucking drunk or high or something.
Or just angry. She
Or
might
just
just be, you know, that's the thing. I mean, with all these kind of definitions and terms we have now, some people are just rageful people. They're still
That's true.
rageaholics. Like there's some people that just get high off of that rage.
That's very true. And she's also, but you could tell it's happened before. He's like, you're starting to get out of control. Like, I would have literally walked off the plane and left this fucking animal alone on the plane.
Yeah, just go. Even if you have to lock yourself in the bathroom or something, just leave the area.
Dude, I would have fucking stormed the cockpit anywhere quieter.
Let's rewind just a little bit, Troy.
You got it.
Fuck you. I'm not bringing my bag to why? If I let him in my bag, I'm not ever gonna see you again. I swear to God, don't you ever come to my house, nigga. I'll call the police on you. Fuck you. Oh, really?
You're going out of control.
Nigga, I'll put this right now. You shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
That sound, if you could hit pause, I believe that sound, from what I've been informed, is a Dell computer being thrown at him.
Oh, did she throw a computer at him?
She threw a computer at him. That's what I am. I was informed yesterday in my readings that at some point in this confrontation, she did indeed throw a Dell computer at him.
Oh, she hit him with it, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, dude? You get up. She hits you with the computer, dude. Looks like Bob Kelly.
Yeah.
Fucking yelling at me, dude. Got the sunglasses on. Boom, you relax. You look at the girls. Yeah, I can see she's hitting him with her Dell. It's great. That's why they all went, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. That's assault, brother. You think she looks like Bob Kelly a little bit?
He does.
Oh,
the guy.
he does with his.
Oh, my God, yeah.
With his short and shirt combo.
Oh, yeah. They're an awful couple. They're an awful couple.
You think it's a toxic relationship?
Oh, my God, would I love to have been on this flight.
See, that's
Thank God it didn't happen during the flight, though. Like, it happened beforehand.
Yeah, then you just get to talk to your seat neighbor the entire time. Like, oh, how about that couple that got kicked off the flight, huh? That was a little wild, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great. And then, by the way, this is why they're so stupid. Emergency row exit seats. So they actually had comfortable seats.
Oh, yeah.
And this fucking dumb sea lion couldn't stop yelling.
This is what you miss being up in first class, though. You sit up in first class so much. There's not that many fights like this in first class. This is really reserved for coach. That's a very much more rageful, frustrating area of the plane.
Yeah, I heard a couple of arguments in first class. One of them was really crazy. One of them was they passed out crackers.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted the what was it called, the polymer all fruit, and some guy went, "Could you please pass the jelly?" Boo.
It's okay. It had a nice build to it.
It did, yeah, but it didn't go anywhere because it was my other one was not much better.
What was the other one?
It had something to do with they were arguing over the Grey Poupon.
Ooh, that's much worse. I mean,
Yes, it is.
talk about a reference that's not even remotely topical.
No, it's not.
I have to imagine the fraction of our audience that would even understand the reference has got to be
Two
very.
bombs. 2 bombs. Yeah.
That's okay. All right, let's go back to our handsome couple.
No. Oh, you gonna come up?
Yeah, man, I'm clean up, man. Get up. You're assaulting me, man.
Oh, I'm assaulting you?
Yeah,
I don't know you for fucking years. I'm assaulting you?
Oh. She's hammer fisting him. She's hammer fisting him on his way up the aisle.
Yeah.
Do you know how happy I would be if I were sitting on a flight and I got to see a woman hammer fisting her significant other in the aisleway while I'm just sitting there? I'd go, what did I do to deserve being on a flight as entertaining as this? This is amazing.
Yeah.
Unless it was right next to you. Then you might think you're going to get caught in the crossfire.
I'd be okay with it. Just if I get to just see it. You know what I mean? If I get to be that close to it. That's like saying, you don't want to be in the front row of a concert because who knows, a mosh pit might break out and you could get hurt.
Yeah.
It's worth it, isn't it?
That's a good point.
Or a comedy club because you don't want to get picked on.
Oh, yeah. I like to sit in the front row because I want to see what this comic has to say about me. I can give it right back to him.
Whenever I go to comedy shows, I wear a shirt that says, "Pick on me."
Can you usually spot when there's somebody in a comedy audience that wants to get picked on?
In other words, can you spot an asshole? Yeah. Yes, you can.
Yeah, well, if he throws it at me, I'm going to dish it right back.
You can spot them and you can hear them. Indeed.
All right, let's go back to this beautiful couple.
I'm gonna get my purse.
Are you okay?
Fuck you. You want to say I'm assaulting you? Fuck you. Fuck you, Memo.
Memo.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm going over there.
She might be Latina.
Yeah.
She could be Latina.
Oh, maybe.
For sure.
What's memo mean?
I think that's his name. I took
okay.
that to be his name. Like they have little like kind of like pet names for each other. She calls
Maybe
him.
she got a memo from the buffet that said you've had enough.
Okay.
She says, "Fuck you, memo." She's ignoring the memo.
'Cause she's going back for another portion.
She certainly is. It's dinner and she wants pancakes.
She wouldn't want to hear that.
Good stuff. She's a big girl.
Oh, Johnny, that's very offensive.
Yeah. My God, Ed, you really were drunk on that flight. Dropping the N-bomb. Oh, oh, oh. Didn't get the memo.
I'd love to hear Johnny Carson cover racially insensitive viral videos and just take the wrong perspective on them.
Ed and a comedian named Bob Kelly. Ed said, "Fuck you, memo." Ooh, the crowd would laugh. That's right, Freddie. Talk to Fred DeCordova. Oh, good Lord. So she did get, what, they subdued her with a tranquilizer dart outside? Is that what happened?
Let's see her get pushed off.
Oh, now.
Fine, whatever. Oh, yeah, Memo?
She said, "Oh yeah, Memo." They said we're gonna like this guy stopped her, and he said we're gonna have to charge you with assault.
The
And she
captain,
said,
I think.
and she said, "Fine, whatever."
Yeah. Wasn't it the captain?
It looked like it. He had a nice shirt on. But she said, the lady who filmed it said that this woman was charged with assault when she got off the plane. And the guy didn't hit her back with a computer or anything, so I'm assuming the guy wouldn't have gotten charged with anything.
No. He may be getting in charge where he didn't have her registered as a comfort animal.
Just hammer fisting him all his way up the aisle. And now, what's he going to do? He's got to bail her out? You know what I mean? If she's going to jail, he's the one who's responsible for her.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know what their relationship is. She said you won't ever come over again. So they're probably not married. They're probably living. They probably don't live together. They probably just are dating.
How
I
do
wonder
you,
where they were going.
How do you end up in a relationship like that?
I don't know.
I get it.
You do.
Yeah.
You just
But
end
is
up.
he a problem too, though? You think?
I'm sure he has his issues.
He's probably really frustrating in the sense that he's got his issues, but he's pretty smart about keeping them quiet. Like he probably does treat her like shit, but not in front of anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't
He
know.
probably likes that he's maybe a little bit more submissive, because he wasn't really firing back.
No.
And so,
But he's also smart enough to know that if he fires back at all, it looks way worse when the guy's doing it.
yeah.
You know?
But I'm sure
Yeah, what's he gonna do?
she started out, nice, sweet, strong woman, and then just kind of switches.
She's probably very good in bed.
Of course she is.
Oh, is she a wild one? Open your ass, Memo.
He goes, "You got it."
I'm gonna eat your ass, Memo. Or she says, "Eat my ass." Yeah, you're right. She's probably a big sub.
Yeah. And I guess people will just put up with stuff like that because the physical side of it is worth it.
And you
It's
get
like
in over
watching
your
Kareem
head
and his-
sometime.
You do, right?
Yeah.
No, it's okay. You do.
Yeah, I guess so, but I don't know. I have so little tolerance for like craziness being around me, like that I completely, the minute I see a hint of it, goodbye, see you later, goodbye, and that's it. I'm out for good.
What happened to the woman? She was arrested. And where were they going? Does anybody know where they're from or where they were going? Like, were they going home? Were they going to, hopefully they were going on vacation.
I don't know. I guess I assume they were going home because I would have thought they'd be in a better mood if they were going on vacation. I feel like you get more frustrated. And what day of the week was it? It was Monday. Although it was Monday, that's the beginning of the week.
Could be a business trip.
Yeah, I guess it could be a business trip, but I don't know
Maybe
why
she's
you'd
an
bring
attorney who had a client.
I don't know about that. Bringing your significant other with you, and I don't know. I don't know, Jim. I don't know if that's the best theory in the world.
Maybe they're coworkers. It seems like she's a boss of a law firm, and he's her the young upstart lawyer, and she was objecting to some of the legal strategies he was suggesting they employ.
This could be a great network episodic.
Yeah.
It said that it was an American Airlines flight from Chicago to Toronto, and it forced the aircraft to turn around just 15 minutes after takeoff and land back at O'Hare International Airport.
Oh, wait, they had taken off?
Yep. I'm reading right now. It says it departed the Windy City at 5:06 p.m. on Wednesday. I guess the video is just coming out now, but it happened on Wednesday. But soon returned a for the carrier confirmed to Fox News that it was caused by 2 disruptive passengers. So I'll bet what happened, because they wouldn't have let him get up if the flight was still in the air. So I'll bet what happened was they were being really disruptive, and they went back to the airport. And then in the calm down period, that's where things went a little crazy.
They should literally charge these fucking people whatever it costs the airline.
Oh, yeah.
To do that. That's so fucking annoying. A disruptive passenger should literally be fined a year's salary, because they're so fucking selfish, and the fact that they disrupt the lives of so many, like this screaming monster. People have to go through customs when they get to Toronto. Oh, what a fucking couple of pigs.
Yeah, and it's making everybody late.
Everybody's late.
Because, I mean,
by
think
the way,
about
you're
it.
not just late by 15 minutes.
No way.
It's 15 minutes out, 15 minutes back, go to the gate, re-taxi, get back. They're probably delayed by an hour and 20 minutes.
Well, now it's 5 p.m., they say, right? So it's 5 p.m. for a plane to take off unscheduled. You know how many planes are waiting to go off, and they're actually scheduled to take off?
It's especially in Chicago O'Hare, and that's why it looked like a small plane, which is of course why they needed the emergency row. A little more room to spread out. And they were probably that's a small plane, so God forbid the weather was bad. You have to wait. I would love to know how delayed that flight was.
But you know what? Wherever everybody's going, whatever they're going to do, they probably, in the grand scheme of things in life, they won't remember what happened the day they got to Toronto. What they will remember is the wonderful altercation they got to see on the airplane.
That is right, yeah. I mean, they should be arrested. If you're a disruptive passenger, you should automatically be arrested anyway. Immediately arrested. They should have cuffs on the plane.
Yeah.
And they should be able to cuff you and gag you and throw you like a dog on the closet. Yeah. So nobody else is late.
Hog tie.
But what if
Hogtied.
I've heard that they don't know how to hog-tie people.
It says the original flight was delayed about 4 hours.
Wait, so they were already tense and cranky, probably drinking at the fucking airport bar. So wait a minute. So they were already delayed. They finally take off, and these fucking
wait till you hear
pig
this.
makes them go back around?
Wait till you hear this. Police met the aircraft on the runway when it landed at the airport at 5:45 p.m., right? So it lands back at the airport at 5:45. Police get the passengers off. It re-departed at 9:15 p.m. So you're talking about 3.5 hours after what we just saw. All those passengers have to wait another 3.5 hours that they would never. They were already in the air.
Their whole lives were disrupted. They missed money, family functions. What the fuck was the delay? I'll bet it was a weather delay. And again, those little planes. And now you got to be put back in the queue.
Yeah.
What a fucking disgusting couple of people.
Now, do you think that there should be an arresting officer and hog-tie expert placed on every flight, or do you think it should just be part of flight attendant training?
No, I think that the way they dragged that Dr. Dow off the plane is how they should have grabbed her. Grabbed her by the fat of her back and smashed her fucking face into the handle and dragged her off, kicking and screaming with a crane. God, that ruined my day just reading. Just hearing you say that ruined my fucking day.
Just allowing her face to smash against every armrest?
So maybe the plane was 4 hours late overall. Like maybe the plane overall was 4 hours late, including the second delay.
Well, I mean, the second delay was 3.5 hours.
But what was the first one? How did it read, the delays? What time did it say?
The police, when the woman got arrested, it was 5:44 p.m. That's when the woman got arrested.
What time was the plane originally scheduled for?
It was already in the air. So
No. But was it already delayed? Or was
5:06.
Oh, okay. So it was taking off, and then they got delayed 3-something hours. Why? But they probably, you know why? They probably had to take statements from the flight crew.
Yeah, it's 4 hours. It was in the air at 5:06 and turned around and didn't get back in the air until 9:16 p.m.
How fucking enraging.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's go to Tommy.
I hope other passengers sue that couple for anything they've lost because of what they did.
They should be able to, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Let's go to Tommy. What's up, Tommy?
Hey, good morning, guys. Could you imagine being on that plane and being a smoker and not being able to have a cigarette? And shit.
Dude, I can't imagine being on any of those planes, like any scenario where they make you sit on the plane for hours and hours and hours without taking off. I go into panic attacks. Like
You know
even
what?
when I start to lose it when I realize that we're circling before landing because they're waiting for the runway to clear up. Like when I see that the plane is starting to lower, because I get sick on landings anyway, so I have to prepare myself for the landing. And then when I realize we're just kind of circling, waiting, and there's no update, and we're just circling, immediately I start going to, we're stuck in here forever. I'm never going to get off this plane. I'm going to get sick. I'm
feel
going
like that. Yep.
I go into panics immediately. I can't imagine like waiting for a cigarette and you're on the ground, you just can't get off the plane.
Well, I think that's the reason. I've said this before, too, that I think air rage incidents have shot through the roof. There's a lot more people flying. They're packing the planes more. But I think the whole fuck you to smoking everywhere within 90 miles of an airport, I think that's got smokers going so fucking crazy. Where, like, you used to be able to smoke, like, there'd be, like, a little lounge you could smoke. But now there's, like, an extra 45 minutes or an hour that you can't smoke before you take off. So any delay piled on with a long flight makes people go fucking crazy.
Yeah, why did they get rid of the smokers' lounges in airports? I mean, they usually did a pretty good job of like confining them into plexiglass, so it would become almost like a sauna, just full of nicotine. Which I don't
gross.
care. I mean,
don't
it's disgusting and it's terribly unhealthy. But if it's not affecting me, I don't care.
Yeah, they should just do it and then charge people to go in there because that way they don't have to give the space away for free.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, like charge you a pass to get in there, like, $20 a day or whatever it would be, because this way they can pay that rent. But I
Can you
don't know,
vape?
maybe,
Can you
No, you
sneak
can't
like
do
a
any of it.
jewel or
Nope.
anything?
maybe in the bathroom you can, yeah.
Yeah, because I guess that would be the alternative.
God, how fucking enraging that those people had to turn around. They probably didn't want to bring them into Canada like that. That's true. That's why they couldn't land like that, because it's such a short flight.
Yeah, but dude, stuff like this is exactly why I drive every chance that I possibly get. Because even in traffic, there's always, like, worst case scenario, there's some kind of exit or something. You might not get to where you're going, but you can get out of the car. You can go somewhere.
Oh, there's another one I'm reading, too, where this is November 28th, where a passenger assaulted his wife, and he refused to get off, so they all had to get away. I literally was looking up American Airlines as we're talking to find something else. I picked up the wrong American Airlines Chicago flight assault.
Oh, my God.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Well, O'Hare is, like, the most popular airport in the United States, right?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, so I would imagine that that's probably part of the reason. Number one, you got the most people, but number two, it's probably the most frustrating, too, because there's so many chances for something to go wrong.
I'm also reading, too, as we're talking, a Michigan couple and their 19-month-old daughter were removed from an American Airlines flight after the airline told them other passengers and crew members had complained about their body odor. Fucking good. One of these stupid fucking families that doesn't shower. These gross people, they just, whether they're overly religious or they're just fucking hip, whatever they are, and they stink, and the fucking airline booted them off. That's so great.
Can you imagine? It used to be people were so excited about air travel that you would wear your Sunday best. You would show up in a suit. It would be really an event. You'd have a tie on. You'd have the whole deal. You'd have your jacket pressed so that everybody was impressed. Now you got families that are just kind of rolling onto the plane in their pajamas without showering.
And now I'm reading it with the guy who thinks they were Jewish. He thinks it was anti-Semitic. No, it wasn't. No airline looks at Jewish people and goes, get off because you're Jewish. American Airlines just, it doesn't. If you smelled and the crew and passengers were complaining, that's why they booted you, because you stunk. You were just disgusting.
I think it's so. I'm okay with if there's a severe prejudice against a significant body odor.
Absolutely. Get the fuck off.
Yeah.
Take a shower. Realize you're interacting with other people. Had nothing to do with religion. Unless that's why you're not showering, which I don't think that's it. I think you're just a gross couple.
Yeah. There are societal norms. Showering is one of them. I think it's okay to say people should shower to the extent that they don't walk around stinking.
Yeah. And you imagine being stuck next to them? Just a smelly, disgusting couple.
You'd want to throw up, though, and you realize you're just stuck in there. Plus, it's the odor is permeating throughout the cabin. Like, you wouldn't even have to just be next to them. You could be in front of them, in back of them. You'd smell them.
Yeah, it would really annoy me.
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. Well, hopefully that woman will get fined a tremendous amount of money. Not that they have a lot of money, but still.
It'd be nice to make their lives a little more difficult, you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I want to know, were they yelling? I used to hear yelling and screaming the whole fight.
Well, they weren't. There wasn't any flight. They were, they'd turn around after 10 minutes.
No. I mean, before the flight, were they yelling?
Oh, I don't know.
Before it took off, did they start?
I don't know. You mean, was there any sort of signal that maybe this is happening and we should nip this in the butt right now?
Yeah.
I
don't know. By the way, I'm also there was a couple of cops got shot. The Louisiana police. I'm sorry, 2 cops apologized for. They were fired for suggesting that Alexandria Ocasio or Cortez should be shot on Facebook. How fucking stupid are you on Facebook to suggest that a public figure should be shot? You're cops. How dumb are you guys to suggest that?
It's so stupid. It's not even a freedom of speech thing anymore at that point. It's just
now when you're talking about someone being like when you talk about a public figure being assassinated or shot like that, you have to know you're going to be fired for that, especially when you have guns.
in a public forum.
It's so fucking stupid.
It's really dumb, but people just want to be able to get out there on Facebook. They see, Octavia Cortez getting out there and getting a public forum, and everything that she says gets attention paid to it. So they go, well, I need to get on my soapbox too. I need to post this on Facebook. If you're not a public figure, I don't see what social media and posting your, especially political opinions, is going to do for you. I don't see what's the net positive.
And he was so clear about what he was saying.
Oh,
there was
boy,
no
was he?
innuendo.
Do you have the quote?
Yeah. He said he linked to an article. I think of her talking about like, police officers or border officers or something, and he said she needs a round and not the kind she used to serve.
Oh, that's very clear.
It's super clear.
There's another guy who liked the post who was fired. I don't agree with that because sometimes you're scrolling through something, your thumb might hit something that likes it, unless he commented back. But you can't be fired for liking a post because there's been times. Have you ever been scrolling through something and you realize you hearted a post that you didn't mean to or whatever, just because
Totally.
your thumb hits it as you're scrolling? But it's really fucking dumb. You know what it is? It's things that they used to say on the phone to their friends. Like, again, you're drinking, you're not thinking, you're fucking like, yeah, that fucking content. And then all of a sudden you're on Facebook writing it now. Like, if I had social media and was getting drunk, I would have been fired from Sirius in 2005 when it was still XM. Eric Logan would have fired me.
Yeah, I guess you have to be disciplined enough to know yourself and know if I'm going to be drinking tonight, I need to hide my computer. I need to get way far away from the Facebook login page.
Yeah.
You just have to know, but you're right. I mean, it is so stupid. It's such a dumb thing to do.
Unnecessary. I mean, being a cop is such a fucking brutal job. Obviously you're in danger of being shot, and you go and say some dumb shit like that on Facebook about just some woman who you think is an asshole. Just say she's an asshole.
Yeah, that's
or
fine.
Or you hate her, or pick up the phone and call your friend and tell him that. But, she deserves a shot. If you know what I mean, we know.
We know. You didn't. You should. If you hadn't said that, you'd at least have the benefit of a doubt. But now you removed the benefit of a doubt.
Yeah, and his dumb friend likes it. Good job.
Yeah. Enjoy that, buddies.
Yeah.
You'll be able to make all kinds of comments. So, they both got fired, and this was in Louisiana?
Yeah, I mean, they got, it's just a stupid thing. It's embarrassing for the police department.
It is amazing how much what's their name? The Squad?
The Squad.
It's amazing how much the Squad just fires people up, huh? People just really, really feel a certain way about the Squad.
Yeah, yeah. There's no need to get so upset about them. It's just, I don't like Omar because I've seen certain interviews. But there was a paper. What's her name? Iliad Omar. Her first name. I forget how to say her first name. But the woman from
Ilan,
Minneapolis.
right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I saying it wrong? Okay.
ILAN, right?
I think that's right.
Ilan Omar.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's Ilan Omar. Yeah.
Okay. Iliad. That's a fucking long form story or something. I'm
Yeah,
so
the
stupid.
Iliad.
Yes.
Homer's Iliad.
Okay, sorry.
Doe.
Iliad. But she got fired. There was an interview of her going around where she said something about, but people say Al-Qaeda, and then when they said that their chest raised, but it's not when they say American. But the interview that was going around recently, but I don't know if that clip was taken out of context.
I read
again, it got cut. It got cut, so I'm like, I don't know what she was really saying there.
I read about that. Yeah, that's their kind of evidence for her being an Al-Qaeda sympathizer. And I read the full context of it, and while it's not the most delicately worded thing in the world, it doesn't read like she's an Al-Qaeda sympathizer.
It got cut off too soon.
Yeah, it gets cut off. I mean, she makes the point that you kind of when people talk about Al-Qaeda, they physically create this villain out of them through their body language that they don't do with other organizations. And That's true, but at the same time, she doesn't take a second to say, which, by the way, a lot of that is justified because they're a terrible
Yeah,
organization.
she's a fucking asshole. Let's be honest. She sucks.
She just
this
doesn't.
woman
Yeah.
fucking sucks. But well, there's a reason we don't do that when we talk about Americans and guys who put on bomb vests and run into a fucking a market. Yeah, there is a reason for that.
You mean because they didn't do 9/11?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She's shocked that your chest raises a certain way. It doesn't when you say Americans. Well, no, asshole, it doesn't. That's why when you left, this is what it's annoying. Like when you leave Somalia, this is why you came here and didn't go to another place, because there is something special about being here. And it doesn't mean that you have to fucking babble about American exceptionalism and never criticize America. But when you leave a place like Somalia, which is an awful place, and you come to America, that's why you come here, as opposed to a place that Al-Qaeda runs. So don't act like you don't know why somebody's chest raises when they talk about Al-Qaeda, because you purposely didn't go to a place where Al-Qaeda was in power, because that's a disastrous place to live.
Yeah, I think a lot of times she comes across like one of those college kids who just took a class and kind of goes, well, you know what America does is, and it's like, okay, I think there is a big difference between that and being a full-on Al-Qaeda sympathizer. You know what I mean?
I don't think she's a sympathizer, but I think that she's a fucking... But she's sympathetic in her language, and that when she said some people did some things... she's a hateable person. Again, do I think that she's all pro-Al-Qaeda? No. But she is a fucking asshole. And I think people who dislike her are right to dislike her. I think her... the way she discusses that irritates me.
Although she would probably be the first person to say, language matters, words matter.
Yeah, she would, and yet she wouldn't see that she's somehow fucking softening things. And I don't want to hear how it like puts a bias against a religion. Sorry, sister, I'm not the one who fucking put the religion in. The guys who did it are the ones who said this is why they're doing it. That really irritates me. So,
yeah.
She's extremely dislikable.
I think it's irritating too. I just wish that, if the president were going to make a comment about it, you know what I mean, or take a stand against it, he'd be able to illustrate it a little bit more eloquently than just saying, like, go back to where you came from, because now...
Four people.
Right, instead of saying, hey, as Americans, we can all agree on this. And you go, yeah, of course we can all agree that Al-Qaeda is bad. Yeah, of course we can all agree that language that she was using to describe Al-Qaeda was pretty inappropriate. She's being way too light on them. Yeah, she shouldn't have said that. And instead, he went so far in the other direction that... you object to that, and, whichever one you're objecting to, you're forgetting what the other one's doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And but there is something valid about the fact that you leave a lawless place, and you come to this country, which is great, and then you act like you don't understand why people get a different body reaction when they mention Al-Qaeda. Don't act like you don't understand that when you obviously don't want to be in that place either. We all understand why there's a different reaction to Al-Qaeda being mentioned than the U.S. being mentioned.
Why do you think people go so crazy about Alexandria Cortez? You think it's because she's...
She reminds you of every teenage daughter that drives you crazy.
Yeah, she's just such a spitfire.
She's a spitfire. She's young. She's beautiful. She's loud. She's not backed off easily. She hasn't been around long enough to be as popular as she is, and there are times where she's purely emotionally driven and doesn't exactly know how to back up her points, like the whole green thing. There's a lot of the things that she pushed that weren't thought through, so she reminds you of every teenager you've ever argued with. But I really like her, even though I agree with about 20% of what she says. I still like the fact that she drives everybody fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I think she's good in politics because she's exactly what you need. Yeah, she was a bartender last year. Good. That's exactly why should you be a career politician? Who the fuck says someone who's a bartender can't get elected? So it's great.
And it goes back
how
to...
about a conservative bartender gets elected? Good.
Yeah, who cares?
The fuck do I care? Yeah.
And it goes back to what we've talked about before, I think, which is this idea of people being so phony and full of shit all the time. Whether you agree with her or not, she's not full of shit.
No, she's not. And she has the same emotional value to politics as Trump has, and also in a way that Obama has, as she feels fresh and new, and this is not the same old garbage we've been getting.
Getting back to the Facebook thing where we kind of started this conversation about the cop who said that he was implied that he wanted her to be assassinated on Facebook.
Let's circle back to Facebook.
So he got good idea, Jim. Let's do that. Pete in Indiana wants to contribute. What's up, Pete?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
I want to tell you that Jim, I agree with you 100% about the accidental liking a post or a tweet or a Pinterest or whatever. I am in charge of a area of HR for a small to medium-sized oil company that all we do all day, I've got 3 people under me and a couple interns. All we do is look at people's social media all day within the company.
Oh, wow.
And every now and then I have to pull a person in, and it's not about their political views or any of that stuff. Our main concern is we're a small, mid-sized company, and people are posting pictures of them improperly used machinery or whatever, and it's like, okay, you know what, we can't be showing you do this type of stuff. But looking at everything people post, they like stuff accidentally all the time. And I hear that when I'm asked, I'm going to go, hey, man, we can't have you talking about, say, for example, communist sympathizers. Or here's another one. I had a guy last week. He basically was going through agreeing with Antifa shit about putting a bike lock in a sock and beating somebody in the face.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
So, yeah, and he's like, that was an accident. I just didn't like that. And I've also had to have one person talk to his wife and have her quit tagging him on every goddamn post she put because he barely uses his account, but it's like our rivals can see this shit just like we can. It's amazing. These people all know they're being watched, yet they don't set their privacy settings on Facebook to only their group of little friends. No, they just leave it out there for the entire public.
We talk about
Orwell.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. We're all being watched, and we've allowed them to do it.
Well, not only we are being watched, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're
Exactly.
allowing it. It's all a cycle that we've created.
Well, you're right, dude, about Facebook.
Thanks, Pete.
Like I deal with. Thank you, Pete. I as Sam's radio partner, I always have to tell him like you got to stop liking the white supremacy stuff.
Why do you keep bringing that up?
No, it's not a big deal. I mean, you're allowed to have your opinions, but like a lot of times off the mic, it's like Jim, they're ruining our country. I'm like, Sam, come on, that's not.
That's not true. It's not true. I wish you would stop making these accusations because they really are false. Although it has happened to me plenty of times. Like I not that.
Oh.
I meant accidentally liking something where you're just reading somebody's post, but you don't necessarily want them to know that you're even paying attention to them anymore. Like you haven't talked to a person in years, and then you're kind of scrolling past it, and you click like, and you go, oh, shit, and you unlike it, and you just hope that a notification hasn't been sent. Like I can't stand on Instagram. I like to do my social media. I like to lurk. Yeah. I like to do my social. That's why I don't like a ton of stuff. I don't interact, but I look at a lot of stuff. I like to lurk and not let everybody know everything that I've seen or reacted to. And I can't stand that on Instagram stories, every person that's looked at your stuff. Because I've had people go like, oh, Sam, I saw you looking at my Instagram stories. And I'm like, I don't want you to know that. Like, do I need a dummy account so I can look at stories?
You already have one.
Yours?
Nope.
I like to find whatever slight amounts of anonymity I can find on social media, but it's getting more and more difficult. And I've definitely done it on Instagram too, where you're just kind of trying to scroll past something and you do the double click. And you go, oh shit, and you're trying to hit the heart again so it doesn't stay.
By the way, this whole thing about they're going to remove, I know they're doing it in Canada where they're going to remove the likes from Instagram and all that stuff. I mean, you should be able to do that if you want to, but it shouldn't be mandated because teenagers are not properly being taught what real self-esteem should be based in. That should not be the fault of everybody else on social media, that teenagers and their families are failing to tell them what should make you feel good about yourself, isn't a like. And by the way, if Instagram or Twitter is going to really double down and do shit, how about you remove half of the trolls or some of the anonymity of people who are just being cunts? Like, that's what they should be concentrating on, not worrying because somebody is I'm not getting as many likes and it makes me sad. Either A, be more interesting, or B, get the fuck off the platform and shut up.
It really is amazing that we're not sitting there and saying, it's up to us to teach people. It's not Instagram's fault that we as a society looked at likes and said, oh my God, I need to base my entire life around that. I need my self-worth to be about how many likes I'm getting on a post. That's not Instagram's fault. That's our fault. I agree with you 100%. Like, it's up to us to understand that has no real value. That you can't sit there if your self-esteem is so bad because you look at somebody and they've got more likes on their photo than you, to the point where you just don't want likes to exist. What's the point of doing it at all?
Yeah, it's just like, but you should be able to choose that. That's great. But Instagram should not make that choice for you. We don't need, again, that's it. We don't need them to make the choice so everybody feels okay. If it's bothering you, remove that. Or how about there's an option on Instagram where you cannot see anybody else's likes? How about Instagram gives you that option? So all of us are not affected by your fucking self-esteem issues. How about you have a setting where all of a sudden nobody else's like or view count shows up in your timeline? This way you can enjoy their posts for whatever it is. How about those options where you can control what you see and what you do and how you interact, and not how the rest of the fucking planet interacts because your feelings get hurt?
Why? Why not just leave the likes up? Like, what happened to having some semblance of just deal with it? I agree. Deal with it. Sometimes when people say mean shit to you, deal with it. When you're not getting as many likes as you thought you were going to get, deal with it. Like, there are so many lessons in life that you learn from shit not going your way. Like, every failure, if you actually take it in and learn from it, can be a really, really good thing. But when you protect yourself and make sure that you never experience failure, or you never experience hurt, or you never experience somebody not liking you, you might as well be a zombie at that point.
And it's not even the kids' fault, by the way. It's all you dog shit parents.
Yeah.
You're the same one. And every comedian, I'm not trying to do a hack comedian bit where everyone gets a trophy. But here's what's wrong with everybody getting a trophy. We don't keep score. Fuck you, parents. How about you keep score? Give everybody a trophy. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with people getting a first-place trophy and a second-place trophy. Just teach the people who get the first-place trophy how to be graceful, and teach your shit kids who get the second-place trophy that it's okay you got a second-place trophy. It's okay you didn't get as many runs as the other team. You did what you had to do. You did the best you could, and that was an acceptable outcome. But here's your trophy because you played well. I'm fine with that. I don't mind everybody getting a trophy. But just make sure you fucking give a first place and a second place, and then make them both dignified. And how about you teach somebody that if you only get 3 likes, okay, work on being interesting, or understand that we don't keep score. Everybody's the same. There's no labels. Okay, well then stop putting such value on likes. Like, teach your kids how not to put value on 100 likes or 6 likes.
Yeah,
I'm really babbling. I'm coffeeed up. Peckers.
I don't mind it. How can we sit there, right, and pretend we're a society that doesn't want to keep score, and then the most watched television show in the country is the Super Bowl? It's like it's the number one thing that keeps score. Right. It's a championship game where there is one winner that is better than every other team in the entire league. I mean, and this idea, I love hearing people that are in their 40s and 50s, and they're going like, man, these millennials, they can't handle anything. They can't. And it's like, it's not them, it's you, idiot. Like, it's
taught them. Exactly.
It's not kids now not being able to deal with stuff. It's the parents of the kids not teaching them how to deal with stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You're not born being sensitive to likes. But when you're told that there's no scores and there's no grade, it's because your fucking parents suck. And that's why when those fucking shit parents fight at Little League or hockey games, I like seeing it, because that's what the real problem is. It's a bunch of people who look at their cum running around with a baseball glove and put so much value on it. Oh my God, your cum got more points than my cum. Let's not keep score, because I don't want to have to tell my cum that they're just not going to be a big league outfielder. That's what the problem is. It's all these fucking parents putting so much value on their own fucking loads, winning or losing. If they didn't put that much value on it, that would trickle down to their fucking loads, not caring if they won or lost. Then the rest of us wouldn't have to be obsessed with likes on Instagram and it being taken away.
Dude, you're so right. Like, the idea that parents don't want to have to deal with their kids being disappointed, so they're trying to eliminate disappointment, is exactly what's going on here.
Do you know what happened when I was a kid? I played Little League.
I know
was
exactly.
okay.
I know exactly what happened when you were
Well,
a kid, Jim, and it's a tragedy.
It isn't, though. Like, I would lose a game, and I would just go, look, we're not as good, but I'll tell you what I do well. I suck dick better than anybody on that field.
You knew it, too. You knew you were the best.
Oh, I knew it. They knew it. Fucking, old cup lapper Jimmy. Fucking right under the old athletic support. No, but you lose game. I mean, we lost the championship 13-1. That was the final score. We got our dicks kicked in. It didn't ruin me. You know what it told me? You're not a fucking baseball player, Jim.
Right.
You're not going to be a major leaguer.
How do you know what you're good at if you don't know what you're bad at?
Yeah, how about this? How about we tell kids that they have to laugh at each other's jokes? So this way, everyone who wants to be a comedian can be a comedian. How about we tell a kid every single time they tell a lie that we pretend we believe it because they might want to be actors, so we have to teach them that they're acting it. Like, when does it stop? Just fucking do what you don't want to do. When you decide to fuck and you decide to have a baby, great. I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
But part of that is telling your kid unpleasant shit. So just, stop putting it on the rest of us. It's annoying. I know it's annoying to hear a single guy who's 51 and probably a homosexual babbling about this stuff and what fucking, what a child's life should be. But I'm just tired of it. And look, a lot of people look at my business, dude. Do you think I get more likes than anybody on fucking Twitter or Instagram? I mean, I got friends with 11 million followers. I'm not the fucking top of the shit heap, but I have to live with that and either try to be better or just live with the fact that this is where I am.
Yeah. I see you trying to catch up to 30-year-olds.
I am.
But you're not sitting there crying about it. You put your running shoes on.
I put my running shoes on. I still lag behind. But I'm like, you know what? If you subtitle these videos, you'll at least be 48 instead of 51.
You know what? Maybe it's not all going the way it was supposed to be going, but at least you can call Andrew Schultz and ask him how to do it, right?
And you know what? It's funny. I did call Andrew. Actually, Andrew called me. I texted him. And I was asking because he's a phone guy, like Bob Kelly's a phone guy.
Uh-huh.
But Andrew's great because these guys, they like that somebody is asking them, and they're happy to help you. They're happy to teach you something. You just can't be so fucking ignorant that you're like, fuck it, I'm not going to, it's overwhelming. And it's like, it's not going to be as effective in my demographic as it is in theirs. But it still helps. So you ask them, and they'll tell you. Just don't be a fucking idiot. Just say, hey, how are you doing this successfully? And they'll fucking tell you how to do it successfully.
Yeah, that's what's great about the younger generation now is
They're
that,
great.
yeah, people are way more collaborative and have figured out that kind of more people succeeding is better for the industry as a whole, which is better for everybody. And that goes for like a lot of different industries. That goes for most industries that I've seen or interacted with. It's
podcasting too. They'll all help you out.
It's way more collaborative than it is competitive. But I mean, anybody, if you're out there and you have kids, and you think that millennials or whatever, young people are the problem, it's you, dude. It's you. I mean, Travis, your kid is a competitive athlete.
Yeah.
She's the number 15 javelin thrower in the country.
Something like that.
Do you?
Number 10. I was just kidding, Travis. I wanted to see if you'd correct me.
You wanted to downplay her a little bit?
She's very good.
I want to see if Travis would jump in.
Probably at this level, you don't experience it as much. But when she kind of first started entering into athletics, were you seeing that parents didn't want to kind of have the competitiveness that somebody who's actually good at something would benefit from?
Yeah, all the time. But I mean, you just have to just be your own parent. Like we tell her, like, winning doesn't matter. It's if you improve on your previous thing. Like if you can if you can PR every single time you're out there and you're getting better and better and better, that's all I care about.
Right.
Well, the way to motivate her is to say, look, Dexter is sick.
Okay, she doesn't care about Dexter.
L's make Dexter sicker. W's make him healthier.
Your daughter doesn't care about your sick dog?
No.
Why not?
She doesn't care about the dogs.
She's had a dog. That dog's been around. She was a baby. The dog was a puppy.
She likes him sometimes, and then other times it's just get out of here.
Oh, that's
yeah, she's more of a, she likes our cat, and that's
What's
better.
the cat's name?
Mittens.
Mittens.
Mittens the
Tell us
kittens.
this. Listen, Mittens has what they call feline cancer. And every time there's an L, that tumor grows a little bit.
That's so
But your
tough.
W-
She does individual competitions. She's not in team sports.
That's right. So if she wins,
She's gonna have to work even harder.
Oh, yeah.
she's going to have to work even harder. She'll be out there doing push like the great Santini. This is the equivalent of you bouncing a little basketball off her head. She'll be outside practicing to beat you.
By the way, I just heard New York is the first state to outlaw declawing cats.
Wow, did they really?
Yep, that just happened.
You have to chop their little feet right off.
You
huh?
do.
I'm
You can.
for it.
You have to depaw
Wait,
them
what?
now entirely. New York is the first state that has banned declawing cats. And I believe what the law says is, if you're stupid enough to have a cat as a pet, you deserve to get scratched up.
No, I think what they're saying is this. This is really bad for cats. Because what they're saying is they've outlawed declawing, but they've said nothing about punching your cat in the side of its head because it scratches your fucking $8,000 sofa. I guess it's bad for the cat. We declawed our cats. We didn't know it was bad, though. And then he would make little biscuits.
He was kneading.
He was neat. It was very cute. He would make little biscuits.
I mean, I guess it's terrible for them if they're ever out in the wild. Like if they're ever outside and an animal comes and starts to attack them, then they're completely defenseless.
Yeah, it's basically the equivalent of just me or you going, "Oh, come on, cut it out."
Yeah.
Waving our hands.
Yeah, and it's also apparently excruciatingly painful.
Is it?
That's what they say.
Yeah, isn't it kind of like cutting your fingers off the knuckle or something? They said.
Don't
Yeah,
they
it's
do it when
really
they're
bad.
asleep? They're asleep, right?
When you wake up and your paws hurt like hell. What the fuck happened to my claws?
Yeah,
What
you don't
happened?
have something that you naturally should,
Right.
and then you make biscuits.
And then you sit there making biscuits while you're the little boy who owns you goes off and sucks the neighborhood bully's dick.
Yep. And comes home and farts on your nose.
Not only did that poor cat have to get declawed, but it had to get farted on by Jim.
One time I just put my bare asshole on its nose and cut off like one of those. And his little head, he was backing up. I was just being silly.
I mean, I think that this should clearly be a sign to everybody that just stop having cats as pets. They're terrible creatures.
They're adorable.
So are raccoons.
I like that. I have a pet raccoon when I was a kid.
Oh, okay. My mistake. You're right. We should take a break. Ian Finance is coming in just a few minutes here on the show today. And then right after the show, a group of us are going to get into an automobile and join Jim Norton and Handsome Rob, who are already up in Montreal for the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival. Jim and I are doing live shows. The whole gang is going to be there, except for Stupid Travis. We're doing live shows tomorrow and Thursday at the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival. You could still email if you want to get thrown on the list, jimandsamshow@gmail.com. But the guest list is really amazing for both shows. They're going to be really, really fun.
And I'm also doing Chip Wednesday night, so you can email jimandsamshow@gmail.com. Just put Chip in the subject or something for if you want to come see Chip live here in Montreal. I think we're doing it Wednesday at 8 p.m. right after the bonfire. And I'm sure we'll get some good guests. And either way, it'll just be probably a bit of a clusterfuck. But
A fustercluck?
Fucking home run, Robert.
Thank you.
I want to do one while I'm up here. So whether people come or not, I'm doing it. So come on. My show is the 27th, this Saturday at 9:30 p.m. I'm sure there's tickets available, but I haven't checked ticket counts. So if you want to come see me, come see me.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Stay right there.
We'll be back with more Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Tomorrow, Jim is already up there.
Yeah,
I see you're already acclimating.
Yeah.
Are you back in the room that we're going to be in?
Yeah, it's empty right now, though.
Is it as empty? Is it the same as it was yesterday?
No, apparently Dan and Jay are already up here, so Dan can run his hour. Rob said they did a show, but they didn't have an audience. They just did a show, the two of them. But now the room has chairs in it facing the couch, so we'll have it ready with our tables. And is everything going to be like sectioned off? Like,
yeah, it's the same setup as yesterday.
it is.
Yeah.
No. But I mean,
But-
is it going to be like sectioned off where like the walls are cut in half?
Yeah, Sirius is coming today to set everything up this afternoon.
Yeah, I saw that the bonfire. Okay. I saw that the bonfire was doing their show from Montreal yesterday. Except it really was. I mean, it was just Jay and Dan in a small room with Brad Williams, so it didn't need to be any bigger, and an IP codec, just like a little machine. It wasn't like a live show. They just happened to be there.
They did it live though.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were live on the air. Yeah, they just didn't do it
Yeah.
in front of an audience and all that.
Yeah, I guess Dan is taping something, so he's running in hours. So
Yeah.
that's good. I mean,
We're going to see Dan and Big J Okerson are two of the talents that are booked to do our show in between the 2 days that we'll be up there.
I predict Dan will come and Jay will not.
I believe that you may be true.
We learned that Jay didn't make it for a Mark Cuban interview on his own show. I don't expect him to come in to our show.
That is a good bit of information to take into account. I just during the break, I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw the pictures that the boys posted of us at the beginning of the show this morning. What the hell are you wearing on your legs?
My slacks?
Are you wearing like golf pants?
They're very comfortable. I bought them a couple years ago. I very rarely wear them, but I'm getting so fat that
For a
I
reason.
can't fit. Oh, yeah, I know. All the
I mean,
girls,
you're wearing
grab
like
my fucking dick in them.
You're wearing like they're a little baggy and
they're
they're very beige and very plaid.
Yeah, I love them. I mean, I don't typically have trousers like this, but I like these. They're very, very comfy.
Are you going to be wearing them? What's comfy mean?
Comfy.
Oh, I see.
Did I say comfy?
You said comfy.
Oh, back. No.
You decided against that one?
You bet I did.
Good for you.
You bet I did. It was going to be a Comfrey Bogart joke.
Oh.
I fucking backed up on that pile of shit joke. I almost did.
Yeah, those pants are a nightmare, man.
No, they're great.
You think so?
Yeah. What's wrong with them?
Are you going to wear them like when we have an audience?
Of course I will, if you want me to.
I think people are going to want to see them now. Anybody that's in Montreal is going to want to see the pants live.
I'll wear these tomorrow.
And those are not, the pants that you're wearing are not among the 10 pants that you have that we've discussed in the past.
No, but I mean, my pants are snug now, and I'm so annoyed at myself. So now I'm going on a fucking thing where I only eat certain hours.
Jim, you were too skinny before, okay?
No, I wasn't.
It's good that you put a little weight on. You start wearing your plaid pants again. It looks like, look at that smile you've got on your face. You're wearing your shades. Your arms look good. Your shoulders look good.
Yeah, I got to lose like probably 20 pounds again.
20 pounds?
I
From
wanna get rid of
where?
my gut. From my gut.
You got 20 pounds to lose?
No, maybe it's 10. I don't know. I'm just not happy.
Come on.
Rob, put the camera back on.
We just tweeted a longer version of that photo.
Oof.
So you can really,
I don't know if you
really
wanted to
see
do
what
that.
what they look
You don't like
like.
the ensemble? I'll kill everybody. It's a great ensemble.
I'll kill everybody. Hit the
I'll try to
refresh
look
on
good.
that.
The old F5.
I'll buy
Draquan.
another pair. You think I give a fuck? I'll buy another pair.
There he is. Let's see the long. Oh my God, those are horrible. Look at the way they fall. Those are just the pits.
Yeah. Do you know that reminds me of a shirt that I used to have?
Does it?
Yes.
They wouldn't
I
be
said,
bad pants if he had the right outfit with it. Like, I wouldn't wear those
Honestly,
Adidas sneakers with it.
It looks like the second half of one of Roger Stone's suits.
I can't help it. I only have shorts. I only have sneakers up with me.
You saying they're a little baggy?
I'm saying they're a little big.
Roomy?
They're
Big
roomy.
through the hips, roomy. They were a large trouser.
And I mean ultra,
Oh, yeah, they're the shit,
ultra
yeah.
plaid. Yeah,
Awesome.
you love 'em.
Awesome. Oh yeah, daddy comfy. Daddy comfy.
Jim looks like he's in a 90s ska band.
Oh my God! Yeah, he looks like he's like one
Big
of the
bad voodoo daddy.
He's one of the skanking pickles.
The pie tasters.
Yeah.
He is. But he's the hype man. You know what I mean? He just kind of carries.
He's just dancing around.
Well, he carries a horn, but he just really just stands on stage skanking.
No, when people see me doing certain things, I just tell them I thought it was a horn. No, I'm very happy with this outfit, and now thanks to your ridicule and what I would call pant shaming, I'm going to go out and purchase another pair of plaid trousers.
You are.
Yes, I am.
I appreciate that about you. You should.
They're going to be a little larger than this pair, so they're a little comfier.
A little baggier.
Yep, little baggier.
Good.
A nice pair of fucking Jenko plaid pants. Fucking.
Nice wide legs.
Yep, I had a very sneaky suspicion these would not be well received.
Yeah, those are like the pants I would wear when I was a kid, and my mom would go, "You're swimming in those."
You'd be surprised how women react to these pants.
Is it negatively?
Oh, then you wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
I stand corrected. I thought you would be shocked by that.
No, I'm not at all surprised, but I do like the fact that you will pull them off, and you're self-assured enough that you will rock them. Now, this is why I think Instagram should continue to have likes and continue to have wide open comments, because you should be able to be prideful of wearing those pants, but you should also know that the world hates you for wearing them.
Send me that picture. I'll put it on my IG, and we'll see what people think. Hey, Rob, send Daddy the picture.
What's great is that you've got the double thumbs up, and the picture's up on our Jim and Sam show, Instagram and Twitter, if you don't know what we're talking about. But you've got the double thumbs up, so when you post it on your Instagram, people are going to think that you're actually modeling the pants.
Yeah, I'm going to take a poll.
You are.
I'll do an Instagram poll, and people can tell me what they think of the trouser. What do you think of the slack?
Thoughts on the trousers? Please leave a comment.
Yeah, comments on my trousers.
Oh, this is gonna be a bloodbath. This is gonna be ugly.
I have a feeling people are going to like them more than you think, young Samuel.
I can't say that that's correct. You know, your T-shirt looks like it fits well. Like I said, the arms are looking good. You know, the neck looks fine. Everything's looking fine.
Shirt doesn't really go with the slack, though.
But that's
Well, you know what? This is a comfy shirt. I'm limited in the clothing I can now wear because I put like fucking 12 pounds on.
You sound like Regina when she started wearing pink sweatpants on the wrong day. These are the only pants that fit right now.
Yeah, I'm very happy with this trouser.
Just hemmed a little bit.
What's that? I think they are hemmed.
Right, they look like there's a lot of slack at the end.
Yeah, they do. But that's the way pants used to fall when Roger Stone's suit still looked good. You know what I mean? That's the way a pant you used to be able to wear a pant like that. That's not really the way a pant is supposed to fall
My friend
anymore.
used to say pant when he was a kid. Like I don't want to get anything on the pant.
Isn't it an obnoxious word?
It's a fucking horrible word. A horrible word.
Yeah, I can't wait until we're going to all get together. We're going to have a nice meal in Montreal, and you're going to show up in those pants. And you can't sit here!
No, I'm not going to show up in these pants. I'm going to show up in a new pant.
You are? You're going to find a new pant while you're up there?
A different slack.
I can't imagine any store. It's going to be tough. I can't imagine any store in 2019 selling a pant as horrendous as the one that you're wearing.
I bought these.
And I mean pattern and size.
Just go to a golf store.
Why don't you go to a golf store?
Nailed it. Jim is in top form.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't take any bunk.
It's a comedy festival, you know. Jim is in the spirit. He's got his one-liners and witty retorts.
Zingers.
Yeah.
I'm going to put up a poll about my trousers. So you guys do this, and I want to try to get a. Where do you put? Oh, there's the poll, and we'll see. Ask a question. Do I look? How do you give two options? I want to give two options for people.
Oh, there's definitely on Instagram stories. I'm sure Rob can help you. On Instagram stories, there's definitely it's a simple. You get a simple tap of a word, and you can pick between one or the other.
I don't want to put. Oh, I don't have to put yes or no.
You can put whatever you want.
Any
you can replace the words yes and no with your very own text. Get creative, Jim. Get creative.
Yes. Rob's on retainer. He'll help you.
That's right. Rob is on retainer. But the nice thing about Rob being on retainer is for this week, you can pay him Canadian.
That's true.
So
works out for Jim Norton.
Yeah, save a couple bucks. Okay. Did Rob bring you Pop-Tarts this morning?
No, but Rob...
Yes, I did.
I thought you would.
Pop-Tarts.
I was thinking about it this morning, and I said I have no doubt that Rob brought extra Pop-Tarts this morning.
I did. I got 2.
You did? What kind of... Strawberry frosted?
Yes.
Good for you. Did you enjoy yours?
No, I didn't. I actually went to McDonald's this morning and got myself some hotcakes.
Ah, McDo's.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they gave me a nice little free apple pie.
Look at Rob on vacation.
He really is. Yep. Carbo loading. You're not worried about the 6 months that was maybe 5 months of work that he put in?
Nah,
come on.
He's young. He doesn't care.
Went in Montreal, right?
That's right.
And you're right. You've got metabolism working in your favor.
Correct.
Yeah.
Some of us do. Some of us do not.
That's true. That's true. I believe is Ian Fidance here?
Yeah, he's right outside.
Okay, yeah, bring him on in.
Okay.
Because I'd like to see Ian's gonna participate in a brand new segment we have on Jim and Sam called Rate the Pant. It's called Rate the Pant, and we'll put up a photo of a pant, and our guest will rate it. I think that this could be a real hit. This is going to be one of our staples.
It's in my story.
Oh,
Rate
great.
the Pant.
Rate
now
the
in my
Pant.
Story. Yeah, Rate the Pant.
Yeah, it's a Jim and Sam go-to.
It's a staple of this program.
You're right. It's something that, you know.
There it is. Okay.
RTP is going to be written on every bumper sticker across the country.
That's right.
Rate the Pant.
I just voted, and my selection is currently at 100%.
Okay, what are the selections on the picture of Jim Norton's pants?
Totally fuckable
Or?
horribly unfuckable.
And you voted?
Horribly unfuckable.
Okay, we know where Travis stands in Rate the Pants.
Even though votes are secret, I will tell you my vote.
That's
Here's
good.
why he
Wherever,
voted that
yeah,
way, because
yeah,
without pants, I'm fuckable.
Ian Fidance just walked in, and I'm really glad that you're here, Ian. Yeah. Because we're doing. Jim is in Montreal.
Yes.
Hi,
He's
Ian.
joined us here. Ian doesn't have his headphones on yet. There he is.
Hi, Jim.
Hey, buddy.
Now,
Hey.
Ian, we're starting a brand new staple segment
Ooh.
on Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, and I'd
I'm
like
so
for you to be our
excited.
first celebrity participant.
Participant, yes.
Oh my God, I'm so honored.
The segment is called Rate. The segment is called Rate the Pant. I can't say pant.
Rate the
Mixed
pant.
company.
You're gonna
I'm
have
so
to.
embarrassed.
Can you enunciate that first word?
The segment is called Rate the
Okay.
Pant.
All right, I thought it was something else.
No.
Sounds like he said rape the pants.
I know.
I apologize.
I was getting very excited.
I apologize. The segment is called Rate the Pant.
Okay.
And what I'd like you to do is turn to your left. And I want you to know something today. And I didn't find this out till commercial break because obviously he didn't inform any of us. We had to wait until social media. Jim Norton showed up to do the show in Montreal. Unironically, he made we did an hour plus to start the show. Made no mention of the pant that he had chosen. And this is how he showed up. This is what Jim Norton is currently wearing, unironically, in Montreal. Ian?
Yes.
Rate the pant.
I mean, it's just incredible. He looks like a roadie for Sugar Ray.
He really does.
Yeah, right? It's amazing. Just like a pickable character in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
just- I love it. I mean, personally, I love it. I would wear those, yes.
Now, let me ask you this. I'm sure you've noticed the pattern. That's probably the first thing that stuck at you.
I mean, there's lots of patterns on the screen.
Lots of patterns.
I feel like
Yeah,
I'm on
that's
acid.
true. That's true.
It's really over the top.
It really
Okay,
does look like
guys.
something out of Midsummer.
Yeah.
Do you want the vote tally? I just put it up. Here's the vote tally so far.
Okay.
69 votes for horribly unfuckable.
And?
Oh.
83 votes for totally fuckable.
Oh, come on.
Whoa.
Come on.
83
The
votes.
trousers.
Now, have you noticed yet the cut and the sizing? Because they seem like something from a totally different time period.
Yeah,
comfy.
definitely 97, like Deftones, headlining Warped Tour.
Yeah.
Like I mean, there needs to be a chain wallet. It would look pretty cool.
Pants
You're
don't
right, and the
fall like
sneakers
that
don't
anymore.
help.
No,
You're
they
right,
don't.
and-
No,
No, they
And
don't.
the
not at
sneakers
all.
don't help, but they're comfy. And this isn't. And then the Nortons are a comfortable pant
The
people.
Nortons.
The Nortons.
Oh, I thought you were calling the pants the Nortons brand.
Oh,
No, that's actually a pretty good name for them, though. To call them the Nortons.
Yeah.
Do you have a sports jacket or a blazer that goes with the pants?
I do, but doesn't go with it. It's one of those things where I have one, but I'm not. I might wear it on my gala. It's just like a regular dark theory jacket. It's not. It doesn't go with the trouser. But I may buy. No, I don't want to wear like plaid suits or whatever because Doug Stanhope does that. and
Oh,
that's
that's
I was just
true.
going to say that's very Stanhope.
Yeah, but I've had these pants for a couple of years. I very rarely wear them. I don't perform in them, but I bought them because they were just comfortable. I was up here and I just said, "Fuck it." One time I was up here, I bought them. They were just comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking to the king of comfort. I wear a fanny pack because it's comfortable, it's convenient.
I like fanny packs.
and-
I love a fanny pack.
Yeah. And I hold it in front of me, not over my shoulder like a fucking cool European teen.
No, I
Right.
wear it over my dick. That's how I wear it.
yes, it's a boner cover.
Because
I'm
when you think
totally
about
for
it,
comfort.
when you think about the people wear fanny packs over the shoulder. Because I went through a fanny pack period. I haven't really done it lately, but I will probably go back. When you wear it over the shoulder, when you open it, everything just falls out.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're hanging it up.
Yeah.
When you have it over the dick,
Yes.
you just reach down.
Grab your
Bing.
dick.
You grab your dick.
Yes.
You're going to do it anyway.
Uh-huh.
And look, all the items that you need in life
It's
are right there.
perfect. It's perfect.
It's perfect.
Yes.
But I do feel like, you wear a lot of shorts and T-shirts, but you keep yourself in shape.
Yeah.
So you pull it off. You know what I mean? I don't know what on earth you would have to do to pull off a pant like this.
I'm doing it. What do you mean? What on earth? Just be me. I have the sunglasses on, the pant. It's fucking hot.
Yeah. I dig it. I think it's a good look. It's definitely fuckable.
Now, Jim, would you consider wearing this pant to
For
the
like an Ohio 7.
Would you consider wearing this to the Buckwall dinner that they do in Montreal every year? They take it really seriously. I've already done like 2 or 3 phone conversations with Tony Burton about the Buckwall dinner and when's the Buckwall dinner going to be, and is Jim coming to the Buckwall dinner and Jonathan's coming to the Buckwall
dinner?
I mean, it's a lot. Obviously, I'm excited. Are you going to wear these pants to the Buckwall dinner?
No, I'm going to wear my new slack.
Oh, you're going to have a new slack by then.
Can we see what that looks like?
I haven't bought it yet,
Oh.
but I'll go out and buy it.
It's just
And this is not
Jinkos?
going to be my thing, but again, I need a new pair of pants anyway, like just for comfort.
Right. Why don't you get one of those like super tight plaid pants that have like the suspenders and stuff coming
Ooh,
down?
very punk rock.
Right, and
Yes.
just like a patch on the knee that says "God Save the Queen."
Yes.
No, because the pants are
But you bought it at Forever 21.
for comfort, not
see.
for tight.
I see.
I don't want a tight slack.
So for you, Jim, you're a function over fashion guy.
Yes, unless
Yes.
it's sexually that I'm horribly dysfunctional.
I see. Okay.
Can I make a suggestion to make the pants
Sure.
good? Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
but it would be the pant because we're just talking about the one.
And this is just going with what Jim's wearing.
Yes, of course.
So the pants need to get hemmed. They need to be.
No,
a-
they're already hemmed. I already brought
but
them up.
they're too long.
They fall perfectly.
A little bit.
They drape and they blouse
Yeah.
over the shoes so perfectly.
I mean, I do think if you took them to a tailor to get them hemmed and then left them there, they would be really good pants.
They would be. And all you need is like maybe a navy blue shirt or a white shirt, and get a pair of Vans.
I mean,
like
they clearly need to be taken in.
No,
yeah,
they
but I'm
don't.
just
Look,
telling you what
I
to make
dig
those
it.
pants cool.
You like it.
I think it's very like 97, like retro.
Right.
You're going to the premiere, can't hardly wait.
Right.
It's very, I dig it. I'd wear it.
Right. Like
Now,
you're
I'm going to send you a photo of myself with the hem, and you can see where the hem is. I rolled them up my leg. This is how much they've already been taken up.
like when you ask this gentleman who's wearing these pants, who is the future of Hollywood, he's going to tell you Skeet Ulrich.
Scream got snubbed at the Oscars.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Skeet Ulrich is the future.
Skeet Ulrich.
Clearly.
I'm sending it to Teft. I'm sending a picture of the hem. I rolled them up, and you can see that they're. I didn't really mean to make these pants a huge deal. I mean,
Right. Like when you ask this guy
Had these
in
for
those
2 years.
pants, what band do you think has the most potential for
Yes.
stardom? He's going to say the Verve Pipe.
Yes.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
Lit as a runner-up. I mean,
Well, I
these
can't
are
wait.
perfect pants
I can't
for
wait
being
to-
in charge of the Matthew Lillard fan club.
Matthew Lillard. I can't wait to see him in person, Jim. I am, we joke, but I think they look tremendous.
Thank you very much.
I like them.
I think they look phenomenal, and obviously the people have spoken.
Daddy's going to grab a new slack. That's what I'm going to do after this.
You got to give Jim some props for switching it up.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Exactly.
I've had these again for 2 years. I just don't wear them.
Where did you buy them?
I was just a regular department store. I don't even remember the name of it. It was just a department store a couple of years
Just
ago.
this apartment store, Salvation Army.
Don't knock it. They have good deals.
So speaking of bands, I was reading this article. Travis actually posted it over the weekend, and I think Metallica deserves so much credit for keeping a fan base. They have done everything outside of making shitty music to make it so that their fan base should walk away from them, and they just won't because the music is so good. Like, they cut their hair and appeared to have sold out. Mm-hmm. They made a documentary where,
They're in therapy.
Yeah, this badass rock.
And Kirk Hammett's wearing Hawaiian shirts.
Kirk
Yeah.
Hammett is wearing Tommy Bahama
Yeah.
on his way to group therapy
Yeah.
so that the band can go on tour together.
I mean, they continued after Cliff Burton died, which, I mean,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, that was their breakup, though. Like, that was what breaks bands up.
Yeah.
And Metallica, you got to see this weird, like, bridging from this, we're about to break up, to, okay, now we're going to continue as a band, that whole period. But that's when most bands probably would have walked away.
For sure.
Like, if it was 1979 and that was Black Sabbath, after Never Say Die, they would have had therapy and we would have seen it and they never would have broke up. But they
Right.
just-
But they
and
showed
most
it.
bands break up, yeah.
But now the newest thing is that, and I'm sure all bands are doing this, it's just they're using Metallica to kind of expose the habits, that Metallica hired a guy to work as a go-between between the ticket sellers and the ticket resellers, so they could figure out how to get something like 80%, like a huge percent of their tickets that went on sale to go straight to the StubHubs of the world. So just fuck the fans who are trying to go on Ticketmaster and get their tickets first. The band actually was like part of this mission to buy out the tickets before fans could get them and go straight to ticket resellers.
Hold on. Is that a way, though, for them to get – because that's what's happening a lot of the time anyway, for them to get a percentage of that as opposed to it just going to scalpers?
Yes, but it's a real shady way to do it.
Okay.
Why?
Because you're effectively just telling people that these tickets are not available, and you're directing them to a
place that can mark them up,
to a place that can mark them up at your own price. And the problem is that so many of these bands say like, oh, we're battling the bots, we're battling the resellers, we're battling the scalpers, but they're effectively just doing the same thing.
But Travis, let me ask you: is there a limit they put on StubHub by doing this?
No, you can put as many tickets as you want on StubHub. The thing that people do now, the thing that the bands do now, is they price tickets as premium or VIP and effectively just scalp their own tickets by placing, the first 5 rows at like $1,000 instead of $200, and you get no additional benefits other than you're marking up the cost of the ticket and you're making more money.
But they mark it up so high that you couldn't possibly. There's no resale market.
There's no resale market, and that's fine. If bands want to try to make what they're worth compared to like what people will buy them for on a general scale, that's fine. But I think the fucked up thing is to just secretly take all of these tickets and immediately put them up on StubHub.
Of course it is.
And when the general on sale happens and things sell out in a second, people are like, oh, of course they sold out in a second. And then
it's not real.
Yeah, it's not real. It's artificial.
And the idea of, well, scalpers are making money off our tickets, so we want to make that money too. It's like, yeah, you've already made money off the tickets that scalpers are reselling.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They just get jealous of being like, oh, there's this extra money here. I want that too.
Yeah, and
well,
also,
somebody else making money like that is kind of annoying.
Yeah, but do they need more money?
Yeah, I mean, resell.
They're fucking Metallica.
That'd be like if anything you sell on eBay, if Kiss was like, oh, look at Jim Norton buying this poster from the 70s. Well, we should buy up all the posters from the 70s on eBay, and then we'll sell them for even more because
I would love that.
Resellers shouldn't be getting money. We should get all the money. Like, there's nothing wrong with resellers getting money.
I would agree because they're marking them up, and I would much rather see Gene, Paul, Ace, and Peter get the money than the resellers.
Yeah, because if anybody needs money, any sympathetic figure in music, it's Gene Simmons.
Yeah,
I agree.
I copyrighted the money bag symbol.
I'm a Gene guy, as you know.
No, I don't like it. And I don't mind. Like, why not let resellers make some money?
Speaking
of that fucking dirtbags, the resellers, man, they jack it way too high. They fucking just stand there and gobble all the tickets up. They're cunts. I don't mind the bands doing it because the resellers they do it in an unfair way. They're not just making some extra money doing a business. They purposely snatch up good tickets before anybody can get to them. It's gross.
Well, what do you think about, have you heard of the Misfits reunion?
Mm-hmm.
The original Misfits are getting together, and tickets are like starting at $500.
It's $250 for the floor.
It's insane.
It's called punk rock, guys. Deal with it.
Not only that, because I was looking at their garden show that they put on sale on Friday. Not only that, but then it's $80 for fees for 2 tickets. So it's roughly $600.
Is that through Ticketmaster?
That is base price.
Oh
that
my
is
God.
That is standard admission, but that's the Misfits. It's all for the money.
And they need that to get together because they hate each other so much.
Right, yeah, they got to pay them so much to get together. And they have to spend way more money on face paint just because their hair comes back so far now
they're so old.
that in order to do that Devil's Peak or whatever it's called, when they paint the triangle on their head, it takes a lot more
They have to pay
paint.
for the plugs.
Yeah.
Well, I read the court documents of a proposed settlement, which wasn't the final settlement that Glenn and Jerry agreed to, but the proposed settlement was that these reunion shows are contractually obligated. They're doing 10 reunion shows. They split the profits 50-50. They pay the other members of the band, and then that's it. So these shows are 100% about money.
Right, and they have to happen.
And that's it, because this is the deal that, because they've been fighting over the name and the profits and everything for so long that this is just part of the deal. Glenn doesn't want to do it. Jerry doesn't give a fuck. He's been doing it.
And then, honestly, nobody at this point really cares about them. So this is the only way.
I'd go
that
see
they
him
could
for
do it.
$60, but I'm not paying $600
Yeah.
for me and my wife to go see the Misfits.
I met Danzig when I was in 6th grade, and he was like so nice to me.
Oh, really?
Is
he one of the Misfits?
Yeah, he's the lead singer. He signed my guitar. He showed me how to play a bar chord. He gave me free tickets to
Where'd
a show.
you meet him?
At a signing at Tower Records in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And it all turned out that it was just so he could hit on my mom. And he kept being like, you should take your kid. You should, do you want to come on the tour bus? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to see his tour bus. And my mom's like, no, we're going home. I was like, Mom, can't you get fingered so I can fucking hang out with Glenn Danzig?
You were right.
Terrible. I know, right? Thank you.
I met him at the Porn Awards.
Did you?
At like one of the booths, Danzig. I took a photo with 10 or 12 years ago. He was just hanging out at the Porn Awards.
That's amazing. That's when you know you're a rock star, when a mom shows up with her kid and you're trying to give the kid free guitar picks so you can fuck his mom.
Yeah, it was great.
But I mean, realistically, if your story was, and then my mom went on the tour bus and had sex with Danzig,
right?
Is that a bad story, or are you happy about that?
I mean, I
at this point in your life, I
was
feel
just looking for a dad. It would have been great, Stepdad Glenn. It would have been fantastic.
I think you were right, Ian. I think your mom was selfish there, and I think that she absolutely should have went and drained a load.
Yeah. Let's get her on the line.
And it's not, what is she? It's not like she would sit there and be like, oh, the most humiliating moment of my life. It's like, yeah, as a grown woman to be able to say, I blew Danzig one time.
Well,
that's great.
My mother did it.
What?
Shut up.
What?
That's right. She got spit roasted by the fat boys.
Little Jimmy, have I ever told you about the time I was spit roasted by the fat?
Oh, I waited outside the bus. I knew what she was doing. There's three of them.
My mom actually has helped out my comedy career. She did anal with hamburger, so I could open for her. Hamburger!
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. Your mother sure cares about your education, boy.
So
I don't want to tell you who my mom fucked for Laker tickets, but she's lost a lot of weight.
Ta-da!
Abracadabra, you got AIDS.
How are ticket sales for the Misfit show? Are people actually spending the...
People are buying them.
Yeah, I know people are fanatic about the Misfits.
And those floor seats aren't even the cheapest ones. I mean, it's $300 to sit
just to have a seat
at the Garden. And who wants to stand in front of a seat at a punk show?
Man, that would be so cool if they played small venues.
It'd be
If
great.
it was like 10 small venues and you could get
seats would be like
right up front.
$6,500.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. I know.
This isn't the place to see the Misfits.
What, Madison
I
Square
know,
Garden?
Madison
That's the
Square
only
Garden?
places they're playing.
The
They
whole-
played the
no.
Prudential Center last year.
The home of punk rock?
Yep.
MSG?
Will they sell?
I'm sure.
Completely it'll sell out.
Yeah,
People-
Prudential Center sold out last year.
I mean, let's be honest. There are a lot of people that are just going to go to buy the T-shirts.
Yeah, and
You know?
it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a huge deal.
I mean, they're one of the most influential
Absolutely.
punk bands ever. You know what I mean? And they're years
White
and
Wedding?
years of feuding.
Dance
But I mean, it's
Hall.
not even all of them. Like, it's not like a real.
Well, it's the two main guys.
You can go see Glenn sing
Doyle.
Misfit songs.
Doyle's, he's kind of a staple, and the drummer from Slayer, Dave Lombardo.
Have you heard Doyle's actual band, Doyle?
They're all terrible.
They're so bad.
Jerry,
so fucking bad.
Jerry only had a band called Christ the Conqueror.
How was that?
Terrible.
Okay.
Danzig, first 3 Danzig records are really good, and then I don't know what happened.
Sometimes
He
you just
wrote a
get
great
magic
song
in a
for
bottle.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What song was it?
13.
Oh, no way.
I'll have to check it out.
You never heard that?
I don't know if I have. I'm sure I have. I mean, I've listened to quite a bit of Johnny Cash in my time. But this was written by Danzig?
I believe he wrote 13 for Johnny Cash. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, sometimes with these bands, you hit lightning in a bottle, and there's nothing, you know what I mean? It's not like you can just go and do something else, unless you're Dave Grohl. Everything Dave Grohl touches is fantastic.
Did you hear about that fake Glenn Danzig Facebook status update?
No.
Somebody poses Glenn Danzig, and they made his, and everyone believed it. I believed it too, and it said, "I was hacked. Anything that was posted in the last month was not me. I don't smoke weed, I don't eat hot dogs, and I definitely don't eat my own cum. When I find the piece of shit that did this, and I will, they will pay. The ultimate price.
That's awesome. You just picture Glenn Danzig at his computer typing this
with
out.
his long nails.
Yeah.
And I don't eat my own cum.
Why would you deny that? I've tried to start that rumor about myself.
Let's go to Ralph in Florida. What's up, Ralph?
Hey, before I get to my point, Jim, do you know that there's someone ripping off your character by the name of Ed Basemaster, and he's calling himself the original Chip?
No, I don't know.
Chip Diamond. He's a guy that's a guy. Anyways.
Don't know.
Yeah, I'm a ticket broker, and I can tell you the reason why we do what we do.
To make money?
Exactly.
That's it.
Okay,
that was the call. That was good.
Capitalism.
Good stuff, man. I like to make money, and that's yeah. Got it. Cool, man. Probably sounded like really good. Like none of us would know the answer. Like we'd sit here like just volleying about.
You don't say.
What's he gonna say? Is it for the love of the music?
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you why we sell tickets more than we pay for them. Profit.
Well, Jim, how much would you pay to see the original 4 members of Kiss back together again? I don't think that's...
whatever it took, whatever I could. I'd pay $1,000 and another $1,000 to meet them.
You would.
Have you heard that Paul Stanley YouTube with the interstitials? It's an hour of him introing songs and him going, do you like alcohol?
Yeah, it's so great.
It's the best.
We've actually talked about it a lot.
No
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought it up. Yeah.
It's so amazing.
Alcohol!
Yeah. Where the little girls at?
I know, it's so hot you need something to cool you off. There's got to be some people here that like to drink tequila.
Yeah. The pant.
Would you paint your face and wear those pants?
I'd paint my face all 4. Like I would put the whiskers and fucking Paul Stanley's and then jeans and then Ace, everything. I would honor all 4 of them.
Nice. Would you do it in quarters on your face, or would you just get elements of all of each one?
I think in quarters. I forget. I've seen people do it.
You get like whiskers, but then also stupid, demon on the top, but then also like a lightning bolt.
There you go.
It's perfect.
I like it. Yeah. I would definitely do it.
$1,000 you'd pay. Well, I mean, if that...
It's Kiss.
One of my favorite bands all time, Operation Ivy, if they got back together, I have no money, but I would theoretically pay $1,000 to see them in like a small, fun venue.
And would you do a meet and greet?
Yeah.
Or you don't care like that?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be great to meet him, but I don't know what I'd say. I'd just be like, your music's important to me.
I love you guys.
Yeah. I love you guys. And then that's it, you know?
Yeah, you really don't know what to say. I mean, I meet my favorite musicians, and I'm just like, will you sign my arm?
Yeah. Yeah, I went to a ska concert the other night, and I saw these bands that got back together I hadn't seen since, 2000. I listened to them all the time, and I totally fangirled out when I met the lead singer. I was like, you guys played an important role in my life. And he's like, okay, thank you.
What band was it?
This band called Spring Heeled Jack USA.
Oh, good. That sounds...
And the Pilfers.
Yeah, Spring Heeled Jack USA doesn't sound like they'd be a ska band.
I know, yeah.
Did we talk to you last time you were here about de Blasio?
No, what about... Oh, he's into ska.
Are you...
Well, now I gotta vote for him.
Are you a de Blasio fan?
I hate him so much.
You do?
I tweet at him and tag him on Instagram all the time for how much of a fuckhead he is.
Even after this, listen to this.
I love ska.
I mean, come on. How could that's as authentic as it gets?
I know. I feel like I have to vote for him because of that, but I feel like he's a fucking faker.
That interview might have been my favorite thing ever. He goes like, well, I like reggae, and I like Bob Marley.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, yeah, dude, you're going
we
real
get
deep.
It. You have a black wife.
Yeah. And then he's like, I like punk, and the lady's like, what about ska? I love ska.
I love the Clash. You motherfucker.
Yeah, I believe I have a lot of. What did he say? A lot of great things on my. He listed like a lot of. What did he say?
His verbiage was right. I think we're trying to pull it up right now. That may be if we can find the video. The longer form. There it is. Scroll down a little bit.
The dance move in ska is called skanking.
Right.
And I would love to see de Blasio skank.
Yeah.
If he's a real ska fan, he'd know Skank and Pickle, Mustard Plug, Spring Heel Jack USA,
Right.
Catch 22, the Pie Tasters.
I did say that before you came in, I literally said that Jim looks like he'd be on stage with the Skanking Pickles in those pants.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, not many
Now I
people
get
do.
it.
Yeah. No, if you went to school around that time, like there was a moment where ska was popular.
Oh my God! Yeah,
You
Real
know?
Big Fish like broke it open.
And the Boss Tones, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. Yeah.
And Safe Ferris, remember them?
Of course.
Yeah.
So this is we played this a month or two ago when it actually happened, but this is De Blasio. You can hear, especially when they go, what album of the Clash do you like? And he goes super super deep, and you go, oh, he must be a real fan of the Clash because I don't know if I know that album.
Let's see it.
Something very important, I would say.
I would say the important stuff coming up now.
Candidate mixtape. We like to talk music whenever we can. So what's on your playlist? What's your favorite band?
My favorite band is The Clash.
Oh,
You haven't heard that one yet. Oh, that's very cool.
Yes.
And so what are your top songs that you like to listen to?
Oh, so many.
Pause. Pause before. Oh.
So many.
So many.
Jim, do you think that okay, Jim, your favorite band is Kiss?
Black Sabbath.
Okay, Black Sabbath. What are some of your favorite Black Sabbath songs?
War Pigs. Paranoid. Iron Man. Those are the three classics.
So many. Where do I?
So many. My brain is thinking.
I have to say, can you imagine if we're talking about Black Sabbath, right? And I had to take a couple minutes to pause. Mm-hmm. So many. Let me think. Paranoid. And it's like,
I would say, do you want them by year or by album?
Right. Also, The Clash is a band that was very subversive and against political ideologies, and probably against everything he stands for.
It's almost as good as when what's his name? Who was
Paul Ryan?
Paul Ryan said his favorite band was Rage Against the Machine. Shut up, you idiot. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if I was put on the spot and somebody said, "Hey, Sam, what's your favorite White Zombie song?" I'd probably sit there and go so many.
This Deep Cut, More Human Than
More
Human.
Human Than You. That's actually a really good one. That's probably my favorite. More Human Than Human. Yeah.
Is that your favorite band?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up
fucking love them.
White Zombie and Rob Zombie fanatic.
Yeah.
I have my other signature up there is Rob
Oh,
Zombie.
no
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Oh, that's great. I fucking love White Zombie.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of Rob Zombie.
Well, you can shut your mouth and get the fuck out of the studio. How about that? Can you give him the first two solo albums?
Not the whole
Hellbilly
albums,
Deluxe
but a couple of the songs.
Sam, do you ever hear Living Dead Girl?
I haven't heard that, but I think I'm going to go home and check it out. I love all his stuff, so
Yeah.
I bet I'd love. What'd you say it was? The Living Dead Girl?
Yeah.
I too like to dig through the ditches and burn through the witches.
I mean, Dracula's good, right?
I'm a bit of Dracula myself. Yeah, I like Dracula.
You didn't like that lyric, Ian? Digging into the ditches and burning through the witches?
Come on, he's singing a song about the Munsters car. That's a good lyric.
Oh, is it about the
Dracula
Munsters?
is the Munsters car.
The grandfather Munster looks like Ted Cruz.
Yes, he really does.
Now, Jim, would you like to hear how our honorable Mayor Bill de Blasio handles the Clash question?
I'm a big de Blasio guy, yes.
Now, I'd say for The Clash, when I think about it, London Calling, that whole album, beautiful album.
Beautiful.
There's many good hits on that one.
Oh, shit in your hand, you fucking asshole.
Many good hits on that one.
Yeah. Many good hits.
Jim, of all the Sabbath albums, which one would you say, the most good hits on that one? Which would you say is the most beautiful?
The first one, many good hits. Their third
Beautiful
one had
album.
many songs.
One song I've come to is
Beautiful album.
Beautiful album. What a fucking jerk off.
You know when you could tell somebody that's a real Clash fanatic is when he points out which album had the most hits.
Yeah.
The Clash was all about the hits, weren't they?
Yeah,
But I also love reggae. I love Bob Marley. I love.
How do you feel about ska?
I love ska.
Right, it's a combo of your punk aesthetic and reggae.
Allison,
She knows what
I
she's
didn't
talking
know.
about.
I didn't know you had all this too.
yes.
He's panicking right now. He's like, oh my God, how much does this woman know about ska? I am not prepared for any ska follow-ups.
Yeah, name your favorite 8 ska songs. Oh, there are many hits, many good hits. Many good hits.
A lot of beautiful ska albums.
Yeah.
Many good hits. Is there any better old man phrasing than many good hits of an album?
I love how politics is now make every politician like your fun dad. You know what I mean? It's so dumb.
Yeah, it is dumb. And it doesn't make them any more votable or relatable.
No, if anything, it makes me think this guy's a fucking drip.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, when you have to, if you could just say, I got to be honest, ever since I entered politics, I've been out of the music scene entirely.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something about that guy that he's actually honest and relatable. I kind of like that. When you're pretending that you have a personal life.
Bill Clinton ruined it by playing the sax and being like, I did smoke weed.
Yeah. Everybody wants to go, here's an idea.
Yeah.
What if I went on Arsenio's show and related to the young people?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill, it's 2019. There's no Arsenio show. What are you talking about?
Yeah, also, you got some explaining to do about Epstein. Well, it's so fucking dumb. Everyone was like, Obama's my dad. And then it's he's doing all these horrible things behind everyone's back. They're but he's cool.
Do you think Clinton has some explaining to do?
A little bit.
I took 2 flights on that. Well, the flight logs show 37. I meant 37. 37 flights. Oh,
I did not have sexual relations with that underage girl.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got it's as long as
Sam's a big Jeffrey Epstein guy, though.
No, I'm not. Why do you keep?
He has many hits.
A lot of his beautiful flights,
beautiful
flights,
catalog.
Lots of great hits, many great hits. And they're not letting him out of jail on bail. They're not letting Epstein leave on bail. They're making him stay in the cell. I think they're serious this time. I think they really want to nail him.
They have to be.
And no one can help him.
No
one. Do you think when Trump offered to put up A$AP Rocky's bail, Jeffrey Epstein's little hand went up and went, "Hey"?
I mean, while you're helping out A$AP, you think maybe a little help over here, Donald? There's a lot of damaging tape of us together. Donald's
He's unhelpable.
You'll stay right where you are. Thank you very much.
Even Trump couldn't help him. Couldn't help him. No one can help him.
And anybody that did help him, it makes you look like a pedophile to help him.
Did they fire Acosta? Or is he still around?
I think
he resigned.
Acosta, he stepped down.
He resigned. That's right. That's right.
He resigned from the position, yeah.
Yeah, he resigned.
Was he labor secretary or something?
Something like that. He resigned because he wanted to go into a position where there'd be no more questions. Yeah. I'm looking for a position in life right now where I can not ever talk about any of this stuff, any of this Epstein stuff.
Yeah, where I give this guy a slap on the wrist.
Yeah. Yeah, there's all kinds of stories.
Do you think that's why Clinton got a blowjob publicly for Monica Lewinsky? So that it would be a smokescreen for him on all these flights with underage girls.
Right. Let's get distracted by all this. Well, see,
hey, you little piggy, come here.
Plus, there was no Twitter back then. He didn't see it. He figured it. Everybody keep secrets. Nobody blabbed back then. If they blabbed, it was your word against his. Now he didn't count on that dress.
Yeah.
When Clinton and Lewinsky was a thing, when that scandal was happening,
with them?
Well, you'll have to. I'll send you the Wikipedia article.
This is Chicago.
When that was happening, little tunes for the Troy Man. Couple tunes.
What was that?
Troy was just playing some hits for himself. Little operator error. Never hurt anybody.
Troy's favorite album is a Lowe's commercial.
Lots of good hits on that one.
Many good hits.
Yeah, there's back then people did keep secrets.
Oh yeah,
like all
even open secrets.
Oh yeah,
you know,
like Washington knew.
Yeah,
but it stayed in Washington.
Yes.
I wonder if people are panicking because it's not like Epstein is all the secrets, but once Epstein is exposed and his list of friends come out, you can only imagine that everything else is going to start to get exposed.
Oh yeah,
well, you think Prince Andrew's panicking right now. Randy Andy.
Oh, Randy Andy. I thought he was like the lovable prince too, right? See, that's the problem. The people, they thought these guys had like boyish charm. Oh, he's a playboy philanthropist, Randy Andy. Like, they're just going out there and they just, like, they're single guys and they just like women. They don't realize that they're taking many, many airplane flights on the Lolita Express to something called Pedophile Island.
How old were these girls?
Teens.
14.
Yeah.
The one girl had braces. Looked cute.
Yeah, I saw that photo.
Her legs.
They showed a picture of the girl?
Yeah. Well, I think it was one of the accusers who had come forward, and she showed her photo.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was bad. Look, the name of the plane, literally, it's not like they just named it the Lolita Express to go with this story.
That's what they called it?
Yes, the whole time.
I thought that was like the news slapping a,
No.
fun pun, fun term.
It's exactly what you
I
said.
thought it was named by the New York Post.
That's the real name of it.
That's what they called it?
It's that open secret thing. I mean, there's all these like Trump that Trump quote where he's going like, "Oh, Jeffrey Epstein, I'm a good friend of his." This is from years ago. But the Trump quote is like, Jeffrey Epstein, I'm a good friend of his, and he likes beautiful women, maybe even more than me. Some of them very young.
Some of them on the younger side.
Yeah, on the younger side. I'm sorry, you're right, Jim.
But that is a little on the nose with the name. That's like Leonard Skinner flying Swamp Airlines.
Spirit Leaving Your Body Airlines.
Yeah. And the island was, I guess they're calling it Pedophile Island now, right? I don't think that...
Yay!
It could have been known as that before. Pedophile Island.
Cute name for it.
Yeah.
Young Hyman Island.
Yeah, it's bad. They've got Jeffrey Epstein. They've got R. Kelly. All the people that somehow managed to just be disgusting sickos for years. All the chickens are coming home to roost.
Their whole thing was like massages. Who would want massages from these little fingers?
Tiny little hands, no power in them.
I know.
When you go for a massage, you go male or female?
Female. But I do male sometimes.
What do you think of this story coming out of Canada, where Jim is right now? Jim, in Canada, maybe a little insight on this. Did you hear about the massage story?
I did not.
So there's a massage parlor, and Ricky Gervais is being called transphobic.
Oh, that's right.
God.
Have you seen him? He's really leaning into it and teasing everybody that's calling him transphobic. But he's being called transphobic because he's making jokes about this. There's a somewhere in Canada, might be Vancouver, but I might be wrong. There's a massage parlor that waxes. And they don't wax male clients. So when a trans woman walked in that had male genitalia, they didn't want to wax the balls. And the Human Rights Commission or whatever Canada has is calling them up on it. And there's all these articles about it. And Ricky made fun of it and advocated that if you don't want to wax balls, you shouldn't have to wax balls. And people are saying that that's transphobic.
Well, my thing is this. I don't think they should be... How can you say we don't want to wax certain genitals? Like, how can you have a women's genital-only place? Like, it should just be for anybody who wants to go in there if you're a public place. So I don't think he's transphobic at all. But I do think they should have to do it because you're an open place to the public.
I don't know. I think it's good to have, like, quote-unquote safe spaces for people, like a place where women can go and feel comfortable. Because some women get afraid of, men or, they might see a guy. Some people, it's up to them. But if there's, like, a women only or like a men's only, or like if he had been like, hey, is there a guy here that could do it, like same sex, like whenever I get a physical, I'd feel uncomfortable. It was like a female doctor giving it to me.
Oh, really? I want it to be a woman. I'm like, go ahead, just jiggle them.
Well, I had a hot one and it was like,
pinch the
this
head.
is weird. But also, I feel like trans people are becoming incels.
You think so?
Yeah, where they're
How
like,
so?
you owe me this. You should be doing this.
I see.
You're transphobic for not dating me.
Yeah, there is a ridiculous notion of that, yes.
Yeah. There's all these things coming out about how, they're doing studies where a lot of the population will not date or be romantically interested in trans people, and they're saying it's because so many people are transphobic.
But isn't that just a preference? Maybe.
Yeah, it goes down to preference. Yeah. But to say well, I'm trans and you should be into me, and because you're not, you're transphobic, is like a weird form of misogyny. It almost sounds like an incel where you're like, you owe me this.
Well, yeah, you don't if you're not attracted to somebody, if you're not attracted, it's like saying if you're a woman and you're a lesbian, but you're not fucking men, well, then you're a phobic of men
Yeah.
or whatever. It's just that that's not your preference. But there are trans girls I've seen interviewed where they're like, and then he wanted to know, like, when he found out I was trans, he didn't want to date. Well, yeah, he didn't want your dick. But
Yeah.
that's not unfair for a guy not to want your dick. That's not trans.
Yeah, I
at
mean,
all. That's
have
not what you want.
women accused you of being any kind of phobic, Jim, when you find out that they have vaginas and you won't date them?
Yes, they literally, when I stand up and boo and walk out of dinner.
Jim is cisphobic.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's some trans women that are, trans, but they identify as a lesbian. So that means that they are a trans woman, a male to female
Right.
transgender with a penis that are lesbians.
But they can still do P and V.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they're like, if a woman doesn't want to date them as a woman, then the woman is transphobic for not being with that trans lesbian.
Right, because
it's a silly label, yeah.
Yeah.
Transphobic. Because transphobic are people who just don't like or trans people who legitimately, I think like fucking Mike Pence, it's a fair thing to say. With the idea of keeping trans people out of the military is a transphobic thing, sure. But to say you don't want to date somebody who's trans, you're transphobic, it's bullshit. It's
Yeah, I
not
mean,
what you like.
Transphobia is definitely real, and I think there's more.
Yeah, I know you always say it. You always
That's
feel
that's not true.
There's more. You let them in studio. Sam's like, we don't interview them.
Well, the
That's
biggest
not
2019
accurate.
headline of all time is it says Ricky Gervais called transphobe for defending women refusing to wax trans woman's penis.
Yeah, I mean, if I was attracted to somebody, and then they were like, and I was attracted to a woman, and then she, it got to be that time of
Right.
the evening, and she pulled her dick out,
and it was small, you'd hate it, right?
That's not true, Jeff. Don't. You're pushing your views out on other people.
I am.
But yeah, I'd be like, I'm
Size
not
queen.
attracted to your penis.
But what if she was like, I understand, but I'm scheduled to get bottom surgery, or I'm saving up for bottom surgery, and the vagina's coming.
Then
I just don't have Amazon Prime. It won't be here tomorrow.
Then I say, I think we might have to reconvene when it's pure vagina, and then.
So you're a straight vagina guy. You wouldn't go for butthole?
No, I don't. No.
Would you give yours up, Sam?
What? No,
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense.
You wouldn't be polite?
Well, you can fuck me. But I'm not into that.
Until your vagina comes in, you can fuck me.
Would you turn over on your stomach and say, feel free to Roger my hole?
No, if she said...
Treat me like a Clash album. Give me lots of hits.
Many great hits.
Yeah.
Give me many great hits. No, if she said the surgery's coming, then I'd probably go like, okay, I think we have to reconvene then.
What if you were with a woman, she said, I have to tell you, I used to be a man, or this is, a modified vagine. Would you be like, okay?
I probably mentally... I want to say I'd be okay.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't be. You wouldn't like it. It's fine not to like it. Hey, this is not what I want. It doesn't feel I like what I want.
Can you tell? I mean,
Yes.
Jim, I'm going to ask you. Can you tell when it's a modified vagina, like physically?
I tell you, the one time I know I've experienced it was a girl I saw many, many years ago. And we fucked, and there was something wrong. When I fucked her, it felt different or foreign. And I couldn't tell. It didn't lubricate properly, or just, I don't know exactly what it was. But the sex felt different. And then when I left, I'm like, that was like it hit me later. Like that was somebody who was post-op, and it didn't hit me at first. I was just like, it felt weird when we fucked. But then I realized, oh, that's what that was. But yeah, no, I didn't. It didn't feel the same to me.
Yeah, if it felt like a fake vagina, I don't think. I think there'd be serious body chemistry issues.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to use lube.
Yeah. No, I probably wouldn't be into it then.
No?
I don't think so.
Yeah, the same people who preach tolerance, or the same side of the fence that preaches tolerance for all views. If you have a view that says, I'm not attracted to this person, that view isn't respected, and you're called something phobic. And it's fucking bullshit. Gervais is not homophobic. He's not transphobic.
Not at all.
He just sees this one differently.
Yeah, so does that mean that, what if the massage place said, we don't wax balls here? No, nothing about gender. Nothing male, female, nothing about anything. They're just like no balls and no dicks. If you got balls and dicks, that stays in your pants. If you got vaginas, we'll wax them.
Yeah,
Is that okay? Like, because now you're just talking about the parts. You're not talking about genders or anything. You're just saying don't take any, if you're man, woman, child, whatever, don't take your dicks out. Is that okay?
I mean,
not in my life, but yeah, I know.
yeah. Attell has this great joke where he goes, "We're going to be the first generation where someone asks like a grandkid, like, well, how'd your grandma die? Testicular cancer."
It is true, dude.
Yeah.
That is going to happen.
I know. It's insane. I mean, this whole idea that we have to ignore biology is like the most batshit, out of touch with reality thing in the entire world.
Well, there's this whole myth too. Like they're like, well, if you're dating someone or if you like someone who's trans, you're totally hetero. No, the fuck you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Jim,
and it's okay.
Yeah.
Are you telling yourself that or us that or what is?
Everyone knows anyway. I mean, it's no secret.
Yeah.
You can't fucking have a dick hanging in your face and go, it's great being straight, is it?
Right. But it's also, I mean, you just like what you like at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, who cares?
I just like helping people.
Yeah. Sorry, my mouth is an ally.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah. You're the A+. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some people, talk online. Some people put their mouth where their
dicks are.
Yeah.
You put your mouth where your money is.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen, we're talking about presidential candidates like Bill de Blasio. Have you seen Elizabeth Warren has been very, very helpful?
She's so good with putting that on her Twitter profile.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw her Twitter profile, but
she's so woke.
She cited her pronouns.
Yeah.
Oh, what a bitch.
Dude, is she the most hateable person in politics?
Yo,
that's
I swear
funny?
to God, it is so insane. I was on Grindr and some guy's info or profile name was Warren 2020.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, hey, while you dump an anonymous load in my face, can I talk to you about the voting process?
Look at her Twitter profile. It says, U.S. Senator, Massachusetts, she/her/hers, and then official Senate account.
What a pompous asshole, trying so hard to be with the young woke culture, and I understand. Shut the fuck up. That's not your thing, old lady.
She wants to be part of the movement.
She stinks.
It'd be funny if it was like she, her, hers, support Jussie.
She can put anything in front of her name she wants. As long as it's not president, I don't care.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great if it said support Jesse and then it's like, I don't know how to edit my profile. I'm too embarrassed to ask the young people who work. I don't know how to edit it.
Yeah.
And the young people who work for me tell me you can't edit your profile. They're just talking with her.
Did you hear about that woman, I think it was in Atlanta, that made this big stink about some guy in a Publix that told her go back to where you come from.
Oh yeah, we were talking about it yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, and then it turned out that he didn't.
He did not
say
at
that.
all. Yeah, and then in an interview she goes, "Well, he was saying, go back and those type of things."
Yeah. Well, Jim and I figured out that what he said was go back to the non-express line.
Yeah,
you're in the express line.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny though? The fact that this fucking political figure kind of makes an implication about race that didn't exist. That gets almost no coverage. Like they talked about it,
right?
But this asshole yelling at her online and being inappropriate is headline news. But the fact that a politician makes a racial incident of one that did not exist is not headline news.
I know.
It's insanity. It's the opinions of this local asshole matter more than somebody that has voting power in Congress or the Senate.
Right. Well, if you look at her, it's like, wow, Jussie really put on winter weight.
Now, I just got some information in my headphones. Troy, if we could go to Mayor de Blasio's Twitter account.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I don't want to do it.
If we could go to Mayor Bill de Blasio's
Oh, no. This doesn't make him look bad, does it?
Twitter account. Okay, try the Bill de Blasio one, not the Mayor Bill de Blasio one.
Just put @asshole. And it pops up.
Incompetent moron.
Yeah, it came up. It's second right there. It is verified. Oh my God!
Oh
no! You saw it.
Fuck you!
I'll read it. It says, Bill de Blasio, mayor of New York City and candidate for president, fighting for working people no matter how much you make or where you live. He/him.
Oh.
Bill's pronouns are up there for everybody.
It'd be great
to
if
see.
people start calling him she or her, and then he had to be like, "You're misgendering me."
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah. I wanted to do.
Misgender de Blasio.
Yeah, misgender. I'm only gonna call him her.
Yes.
I don't know.
Madam Mayor, Madam Mayor.
Madam.
A minute ago, she was saying something else.
Yeah.
Miss, do you want to say what you were?
Yeah. Excuse me, Miss Mayor. Go back to Gracie Mansion.
This is why there's
Your
both so hateable.
Yeah.
Neither one of them has ever been misgendered. Ever.
Never.
Maybe
Of
from
course
behind Elizabeth Warren with her hairdo, but neither one of them has ever been misgendered.
Yeah.
These fucking fakes trying to like grab somebody else's experience or depth or interesting part. What fucking frauds?
As like a bit, I wanted to keep my mustache and then make it like a vehement claim to be like, I am she, her. Do not call me he. And then people would be like, oh, I think Ian's mentally ill. And I go, that's the point of the bit. All these people are insane.
Jim, you should have a Twitter profile. It would say he/him/ not a de-shelled turtle. And that way your identity could be owned.
He, him, human, not de-shelled, not turtle. That's
not a slug.
We should break, man, because I have to tinkle.
Okay, well, we'll take a break. Ian Fidance is here. This Friday, by the way, you can see Ian opening for Dave Attell at the Strand Theater in Providence, Rhode Island. And then Saturday, Ian will be opening for Dave at the State Theater in Portland, Maine. Then July 31st, Ian himself will be at Caroline's on Broadway. What a bill. You and Attell?
Yeah.
That sounds like a great show.
Yeah, he's been great, man. He's been really kind to me. He takes me on the road a lot, and it's awesome. I love it. We have a lot of fun together.
You can follow him at ianfidance.com or at ianfidance on social media. And Jim and I will be doing live shows tomorrow. I'm leaving right after the show to join Jim in Montreal.
Oh.
We will be at Just for Laughs Comedy Festival. If you're going to be in Montreal, come check us out live Wednesday and Thursday morning.
And I got a gig the 27th here at 9:30. I think it's at Place des Arts or whatever. And I'm also doing the Chip podcast live Wednesday night. It looks like 8 o'clock. Just email jimandsamshow@gmail.com. You could probably show up anyway, but I just want to make sure that whoever wants to get in does get in. And by the way, if you want an updated count, would you like an updated
updated count on our
on
Rate the Pant segment?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get in here.
I can't believe I almost forgot about Rate the Pant.
I know.
What a journey we've been on.
7:37 to 6:58.
What's winning?
Fuckable.
Totally fuckable.
No!
Yes.
I don't think everybody's
Yes.
taking this game seriously.
What is
They
the
are.
pants pronoun?
What's that?
Are those he, him pants or she,
No,
her?
the pants are an it.
It, them?
Yeah, it, them, they.
All right, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
More Jim Norton and Sam Roberts after this.
He died very, very recently, but I'm
And
quite
wait,
sure he's still
That's
alive.
Rob Zombie's wife in real life.
Yeah,
right?
Sherry Moon.
Oh,
Sherry
boy.
Moon Zombie. I'm saying,
Woo.
that's his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bill Moseley. And then there's a new third member. I'm excited. Speaking of movie trailers, I kind of wish you were here, Jim, because I'd love to watch.
Me too.
Okay. I'd love to watch the Cats trailer with you. But even though it'll be old, we might need to just wait until next Monday and watch it together.
Yo, somebody put the main song in Us. Edible. It works so perfectly.
Dude, I've never seen it. It really.
I think Ian Carmel did it.
People were.
Or Ian Abramson.
You should just taking credit for it. Some guy
Ian
named Ian did
Fidance.
it. Yeah, Ian Fidance.
Cool
I think
guy
it
named
was.
Ian.
Ian Fidance is here, by the way.
Yeah.
You can see him in Rhode Island with Dave Attell on Friday and in Portland, Maine with Dave Attell on Saturday. IanFidance.com, at Ian Fidance, all over social media.
Oh, and can I say I'm filming this week at the Cellar tonight?
Oh, yeah.
2 shows at Village Underground Comedy Cellar if you're around, 7:30, 9:30.
Don't make any jokes about rappers, okay?
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
don't. Just stay away from rappers.
I have one where I go, XXX Tension is dead and the only ecstasy is left are the 2 on his eyes. Because he's fucking dead.
No.
Oh!
It's not going to go over. It's not going to go over.
A lot of shit about that.
Yeah, if I could advise you not to do that. I don't know if you have Twitter, but I would advise you. I would advise you not to do that.
Because if there's one thing that rap fans like and fans of that music, it's sensitivity to certain subjects.
Yeah. Fucking stupid assholes.
Did you see the Cats trailer, Jim?
I did not know.
Okay, well maybe we'll wait on that then until you get back here.
Is it really beautiful?
It's incredible.
Yeah, many hits.
It's incredible. It's got so many hits. But there was that they released that trailer. Of course, Comic-Con was over the weekend in San Diego.
What was?
Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, okay.
You remember when you and I went down there and did all that? That was the early incarnations of Chip.
That was really just me without I can't even do it without the wig and the glasses. Now it feels weird on stage when I'm doing my regular show and people yell for it. It feels really weird to do it without.
Yeah, it's so funny because I remember because we were sitting there trying to figure Chip out, as we went out and filmed kind of Man on the Street Comic-Con stuff as Chip, and we had to go buy a hat somewhere because you were like, I think I should get a hat. I don't know what to do. But it was really, really funny. But yeah, Comic-Con, yeah.
That like
I got 5 on it.
Redone.
Yeah.
I got 5 on it. Someone put that synced up with the Cats trailer.
Oh, I saw it. It's great.
It is incredible. Yell stuff out for you to do like a character request.
You do it at the end if I do it at all, but they don't yell it as much anymore because there's such a definable face to it now. It looks weird when I do it without that. It feels weird to do it without wearing the fucking the glasses and it just feels bizarre.
This is great.
Oh, that was you at the UFC Expo, yeah.
Oh, I love it. Oh my God.
What year was that?
That was probably
2012.
That's this upload. That's not our upload. But it was probably around then.
2012, something like that. Wow.
2011.
Oh, was it 2011?
Yeah, half of it is just Chip.
Oh shit.
Half of it is just Chip with no hat at all.
How do you deal with that when you're live and
It was 2011, yeah.
Wow.
But Comic-Con kind of became, it's really more about movie trailers and whatnot. Like, they unleashed the closest they got to actually doing anything comic related was unleashing the entire next 3 years or something of Marvel movies. They were like, we're going to do Blade again.
The
and
new phase.
Yeah, we're going to have all kinds of new phases, which,
Not be like, here's what's coming, like the new Ghostbusters movie is coming out, and they're filming now, and all these like Instagram accounts have like, here's a picture from the set, here's another thing, here's another. It's like, just let it happen, so it's a surprise when we see the fucking movie.
People are so
it's too long of
eager.
a tease.
Yeah.
Too long of a tease. Yeah.
Well, here's
Everyone
what we got.
needs content immediately. It's like, no, just fucking relax.
You only have to wait until May. This coming, May of 2020. So that's like 9-10 months,
right?
And then you get Black Widow, and then in the fall you're going to get the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then in November of 2020 you're going to get something called Eternals, and then in February of 2021 you're going to get Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which I've been looking forward to. That's one of the top Marvel movies.
Yeah, obviously a big hit.
Oh, good. Spring 2021, we'll get WandaVision.
She just had a special come out.
Oh, this is good. I was waiting for it. May of 2021, we'll finally get another Doctor Strange movie in the Multiverse of Madness. This is good. Spring of 2021, we'll get Loki, which it's about time he had a spinoff. Summer of 2021, on the Disney Network, we're going to get something called What If. Fall of 2021, we're getting a Hawkeye movie, finally, because I just didn't get enough out of Jeremy.
That's a TV show.
Oh, good. Episodes.
Half of these are TV shows.
Oh, good.
Oh, cool.
Good, because I wanted way more of Jeremy Renner's character in all these movies. I wanted a whole season of it. It's just thinking, we hadn't really tapped the surface on that yet.
Hawkeye's doing a show?
Hawkeye's getting his very own program. And then the most interesting thing Hawkeye ever did was his family disappeared from Thanos. That was the only interesting thing Hawkeye ever happened in those movies.
No, week after week of meatball surgery. Yep, I knew it.
You went for you wanted to squeeze in your MASH reference?
Yes, I did, and I knew it was a mistake. I knew it was a mistake.
I got good news, though, Jim. The final thing, November 5th, 2021. Mark it on your calendar now. November 5th, 2021, it's a Thor movie. So, that's something to look forward to.
Great news. Great news.
Actually, Jim, you're going to be very excited about this. Something that I was...
sick?
That's terrible. And by the way, handsome Rob, I can hear your chuckle. It's echoing through the room, and I don't appreciate it at all.
I'm sorry.
I appreciate that.
Is Black Widow the trans superhero?
No, Black Widow is what's her face?
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, Scarlett Jost, I believe is what she goes by now. Yeah, that's Scarlett Johansson's character. Another character that we just hadn't hadn't really
You
tapped
have to
into
really
enough.
Explore it.
Yeah, let's
explore the space.
Let's get into this right now.
Yeah.
She mainly sits at a desk and answers phone calls from superheroes, or so you thought. But Norton, you're going to be excited because there's a big announcement from the people who made the film Halloween. I know you like the Halloween remake. And I want you to know.
I read the announcement.
October 2020.
Ooh.
That's a year from October.
Great.
You'll be able to check for yourself Halloween Kills. Then, in October of 2021, Halloween Ends. So you've got 2 more Halloween movies coming out, 2020 and 2021, both in October. October 16th, 2020 and October 15th, 2021. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I love the new Halloween movie. And I love that it's getting 2 sequels. I think it's going to be an amazing trilogy. And Jim?
What?
Was there a delay in the connection?
No. The saga of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode, who are no longer brother and sister, continue.
They are... Jim, they're not... It goes Halloween, the first one, the original, and then straight to 2018. Stop talking about the old shit. We don't talk about old shit. They're not brother and sister. They never were.
Oh, good point. Okay, great.
Okay.
Yes, do not dead name that Halloween series.
Yes! Halloween 2, as you knew it, never took place, okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great stuff.
Do you have the video announcement of it? Because I think that Jim will like at least, even if he's not watching it. There's no visual to it, but just the voice behind it. Yeah, it's that 25-second thing. Whatever, you can click any of them. I'm sure you'll get there. I got legit excited for this. Technically, people are saying it's a trilogy, but technically it would be a quadrology.
Yeah, it's not a trilogy if the first one was a sequel.
Exactly. It's you would go Halloween from 1978.
Right.
And then Halloween from 2018, and then the unfortunately named Halloween Kills, and then Halloween Ends. What do you think of Halloween Kills, Jim? Are you scared by the title?
Yeah, really, I can't imagine what's gonna happen. Fucking death and horror. It's gonna be awful.
Now let me ask you this, Jim.
Sure.
Are you shocked? You saw the 2018 Halloween.
I did, yeah.
Because you had
it was a tomb. Oh, good stuff. She waited 45 years. The house is a tomb instead of moving.
You had comments about Michael's beard and Laurie Strode's.
Fucking hated it.
Okay. Are you surprised that even though the house burned down that Michael was stuck in, he was able to survive the burn?
No, because he survived a fire after Dr. Loomis blew the room up in Halloween 2.
Jim!
And his eyes were shot out.
What did I tell you about Halloween 2?
Didn't exist.
Thank you.
Jim, this is offensive.
Do not bring up Halloween 2 again. That didn't happen.
You're asking me why was that? I'm not surprised at all that he survived a fire again.
You're not.
No, and his eyes are working fine. It's good news.
Why wouldn't his eyes be working fine?
They were shot out. And then he swung his fucking knife.
Shot out.
He was swinging in that room and they turned the gas on.
They did. And then the house blew up.
Yep.
But it looks like he was okay.
No, it was a hospital. It wasn't a house.
Jim.
Part 2.
Jim. What are you... Jim, you're talking about Halloween 2. That didn't happen. What are you going to talk about next? Dangertainment?
And then Dr. Loomis was trying to escape from New York because he had his finger cut off. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
No.
It's not Halloween.
Oh,
It's just Donald Pleasance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can have... Here's what you can have in the franchise. Even Rob Zombie's Halloween movies can act independently. But you can have Season of the Witch. You can have Halloween 3. Because that's not part of the series. But you can't have Halloween 2. You can't have 4 and 5. You can't have H2O. You can't have Resurrection. You can't have Dangertainment anymore. None of it exists anymore, unfortunately, Jim.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
Okay. Do you want to see... Troy, you might have to skip through this intro a little bit. Go to maybe... There you go. Okay, hit it.
You don't believe in the boogeyman? You should.
The saga of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode isn't over. On October 16th, 2020, Halloween Kills.
I just got so excited watching that again, and I've seen it like 10 times. I am so excited for those movies. I'm not kidding, Ian. I see you
Good
looking at
thing.
me trying to figure out, like, is he being
Is this a
sarcastic?
bit?
Is he doing a bit? No, I am so excited for these 2 Halloween movies.
So you know he's not going to die in the second one. So it's like, where's the mystery in that when they tell you there's a third one coming out?
Because you don't know if Laurie's going to get away.
But could you
course you
just
will.
go and enjoy the experience of taking in a film at the theater?
Taking a film
Kind of the
in
way I did when I
theater.
saw Halloween 2 and Dr. Loomis shot his eyes out and killed him.
Stop
Yeah.
talking about it. Stop. It didn't exist. That didn't happen, man.
Did you get hit in the head, Jim?
Yeah, I just
I
don't
wish
like
you would
that
stop
they
talking
wrote
about
that.
Halloween 2.
I don't know why I'm taking it seriously.
I love it.
It's amazing.
I think it's awesome.
Keep it up. This is great.
You should. Somebody should. Somebody's got to
Yeah.
take this, Jim. Somebody's got to take this on. You
Yeah,
love
look-
Halloween too. You don't like that they're fucking with it.
It's not necessary to fuck with it. It's about a monster. You can give them any rules you want, but you don't have to discount the second film.
Well, it's unnecessary. Halloween 2 is unnecessary, and we're going straight to 2018, and then Halloween Kills. And we don't know, because I'll bet there's a good chance that Laurie Strode is going to die in Halloween Kills, and then maybe Halloween Ends will be all about the niece.
No, she says "Happy Halloween" at the end of that one in the trailer for the third one.
They haven't filmed it yet. That's not
Yeah,
an
but
actual
they-
scene from the movie.
Oh, okay. Happy
Yeah.
Halloween, Michael.
That dialogue is from the 2018 release.
Oh, such a good line.
You think so?
Yeah,
I
Happy
heard
Halloween.
you. I heard you.
Fuck Michael Myers. He hasn't said a word.
No, he
All right,
hasn't.
Finally talk once.
I heard you shudder when she said "Happy Halloween." It sounded like you were very scared.
What was
Yeah,
the
it
thing
was.
Michael Myers said? What was like the one thing he said?
I don't know. When did he talk?
Yeah.
He didn't talk.
He did say something. He goes, "I'm so glad I could see because my eyes were shot out."
Jim, we're not talking about
I have a
Halloween.
headache.
We're not talking about Halloween 2 anymore.
Do you ever get that headache where it hurts behind your eyes after they're shot the fuck out?
Yeah, there's a lead buildup right behind my eyeball. No, we don't talk about that anymore. We have Halloween. It's a very good time for horror movies. We have Halloween Kills. So this year we have It Chapter 2.
Oh.
And then next year Halloween, and then the year after that Halloween. And Chris Rock is doing a Saw movie.
Oh, that's right.
Did you see? Like, I think he cast Samuel L. Jackson as his father. That's true.
Did he?
Yeah, I don't know how Chris Rock is connected to the Saw franchise. I don't know if he was just sitting at home
probably
watching.
just likes it.
He was just watching Saw and he came up with a good idea.
We gonna figure out how there's two different types of black people.
Okay, you're just squeezing, you're shoehorning your bits into Saw, Chris. But I mean, he's not. I don't think he's writing it. I think he's responsible for the premise of it. I don't think he's actually writing the script.
Do you know the story is from him.
The story, it's his story.
Chris Rock and Jordan Peele are our horror masters.
And who's writing this the Halloween movie?
Danny McBride.
You comics
Yeah.
are taking over everything. Danny McBride wrote the 2018 Halloween with his partner, and
Are any of these going to be funny?
They're not funny at all.
Oh.
No. I'm actually writing a sequel to Schindler's List where the whole end of the war thing never happened. We're just going to continue it as if it kept going.
God damn it, Jim. Why can't you let film universes be flexible?
He's not going to release a trailer. He's going to release a cattle car.
It's called Schindler's Hat, where he goes back and just looks for the hat he left at the munitions factory.
I see. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I mean, really, like some of the top names in horror right now, it's about to be Chris Rock, it's Jordan Peele, it's Danny McBride. Why don't you write a horror movie, Jim?
I have.
What's it called?
It's about a child who grows up without parents.
I thought it was Happy Endings. A child who grows up without a parent?
Yeah, horrifying.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like not only is it a horror movie, but it's a social commentary.
Yeah, it really is.
I
Really
love
deep
that
stuff.
That's-
Good stuff.
That's really good. That's
Yeah,
really
good
really
stuff.
because it's important because you speak to the generation, you know.
Yeah.
You have the opportunity to be a real voice for these people, Jim.
Him, he. Oh, de Blasio's such a jizzbag.
Aren't you happy to know de Blasio's pronouns?
But it figures it comes from these two fucking
phonies.
Old phonies.
De Blasio and Elizabeth Warren?
Two fucking cornball old phonies.
Now, do you think this is going to pressure other candidates into declaring their pronouns?
I hope so, and I hope Trump rips both of them for it. I hope he mocks her. I want her to see her get nominated just to watch Trump trounce and mock her.
Yeah. I kind of want to see. I would rather see debates between Marianne Williamson and Donald Trump. But
oh God, would I like that? She's really a sincere white person.
I think so.
To see her make everybody stand up, and didn't she make white people stand up and say they were sorry to black people? Was that her?
She requested that they did. Yes, she did.
She's really a woke person. I really respect her.
She did. That was
not at all condescending. She's really, really a person of the people.
It was a few years ago, but she did do that. Yeah.
Yeah. She really gets it. She gets it.
Well, we should wrap this thing up because I got to get on the road and bring the boys to Montreal, where we're going to join you, Jim, to do 2 big live shows at Just for Laughs Comedy Festival. That's going down tomorrow morning. Of course, you'll be able to listen in. But if you're in Montreal, then make sure that you are there. It's at the Comedy Festival Hotel in Soprano Room. It's the same room that it always is.
The DoubleTree.
Yeah. It shouldn't be difficult to find at all.
It's where the Hyatt used to be.
Right, and we'll all be there, and we have a fabulous...
look for the pant.
That's right. Yeah, you won't be able to miss them.
It's a lighthouse.
A fabulous lineup, and then I would recommend that you leave Montreal on Thursday and head straight to Providence, Rhode Island, where you'll be able to see Dave Attell, and our buddy Ian Fidance will be opening for him. And if you can't make it there, go to Portland, Maine on Saturday, and you can see Ian opening for Dave Attell there. It's been great, Ian Fidance.
Thank you so much, man. This is a ton of fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah, I love you guys.
Everybody
See
give
you
him
later,
a follow
Ian.
on Twitter.
Hey, see you, Jim.
And listen, if you want to come see Chip, Wednesday night, Jim and Sam show. I'm doing the live podcast here because I had to get one done, and I might as well do it here. I'll give a final toll on the trouser. 992 to 901 in favor of Totally Fuckable.
It's getting close. It's getting closer.
It's getting tight.
Get those votes in, people. Be voting. And we'll see you all tomorrow morning in Montreal. Thank you, Ian.
Have a safe trip.
Goodbye, everybody.
We'll be back with more Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.